This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, November 8th. I'm Tori here with Erica and Al, and we are so grateful that you all are joining us today. I'm sure a lot of you saw this. If not, there was a mass casualty event at a concert in Houston on Friday night. 8 people were killed and dozens more were injured when crowds surged, crushing fans, trampling others at rapper Travis Scott's Astroworld festival. During the concert, some fans attempted to get the attention of staff, begging them to stop the show. She's saying someone's dead down there, someone's dead down there. In another video posted, you can see emergency personnel helping someone while Travis Scott continued to perform. Travis released a video statement right after the tragedy. Let's take a look at what he said.
I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience.
Kylie Jenner was also at the show with her 3-year-old daughter, Stormy. In a statement, Kylie said, quote, "I want to make it clear we were not aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing." Now, at one point during the show, Travis did stop, seemed to react to an ambulance that you can see there, trying to get through to the crowd, but then he continued to perform. Now, there are reports that say the show went on for nearly 40 minutes while police and firefighters responded to the emergency. So let's just take a moment for the 8 people that died instead of rushing into like who to blame. That's a huge loss at a concert. No one should ever feel fearful at a concert. What do you guys think is responsible? Who do you think is responsible? What are your thoughts, Al?
It's tough. You know, I know people are going at Travis Scott because he's the person that's on the stage, but we have to remember that this has happened before. We had the White Snake tragedy in 2003 where I believe there were 100 fatalities. You know, there was a Who concert in 1979, 11 people died. The Woodstock Reboot in 1999.
3 people died.
Yeah, and there was also sexual assaults, looting, and over 1,000 injuries. So whenever you have a lot of people in a confined space, and let's keep it 100, those people are almost to a man and woman on some kind of performance enhancing substance. This is going to happen from time to time. I don't know if this is on Travis Scott as a performer because he's contractually there to perform, but there are people in place that should be there, security, paramedics that should be ready to respond, and I feel like they dropped the ball.
Well, I feel like everyone has to work together, you know, concert promoters with security, with the artists. Everyone has to have the same messaging. You brought up the example of the 100 people perishing during the White Snake concert.
Great White Snake.
That was because protocol was ignored. And when you have
400 people in a 250 people venue.
Well, but also the pyrotechnics, like they ignored what the safety measures were. So anytime you have one part of this entire chain that's not going with the program in terms of what safety measures should be, that's problematic. And I think altogether, people share a joint responsibility in anything that happens at a show that they have their name on. People are bringing up the fact that I think the big problem is Travis has been arrested twice.
Correct.
For ignoring or
Correct.
telling fans to ignore security. And I don't know if any of you have ever gone to a concert where an artist has said that, but like it doesn't matter where your seat is at that point. I've been in that position and it was quite alarming.
Let me show really quick the promo video to show you that this is the promotional video for Astroworld, okay? And we want to have you look at this to see if you think this also encourages some of the mayhem that Erica's talking about. He was arrested, Travis Scott, in 2015, then 2017. He has this whole aesthetic about rebellion, pushing through the guardrails. He seems to want that at his concerts. And here's a video that went viral yesterday of what I think should have happened. This is Lincoln Park stopping a show when one person was on the ground that they could see. Take a look at this video.
Hey, yo, hold up. We got a little problem up here.
Pick him up right
Everybody
now.
up. We gotta look out for safety first, for real. Nobody gets hurt.
When someone falls, what do you do? That's right, people.
Okay, so I'm not trying to like bash Travis Scott. There's more than one person involved, including that camera guy, security. But at what point do you say people are dead? There's video of him rapping and there's someone unconscious 50 feet away. At one point in your own humanity, do you say like, oh my God, there's been a problem here? I'm not putting it all on him, but if you were performing and something like that happened, would you stop?
Well, that's what's so strange about this, Erica. You were talking about protocol being in place. I have performed on cruise ships. I've performed in large venues, and they tell you ahead of time if somebody's being a problem. Security will come get them. They'll give you a code phrase like, hey, this guy needs a cup of coffee. That lets them know. And that way you can keep the show going. Because also we have to remember that if the show stops with 50,000 people, that could cause a riot too. And so we're kind of in this situation where we're, in trouble if we do and in trouble if we don't. I don't know if I can say the D word. So, those are my thoughts. Eric, I want to hear from you.
Well, I think, the Lincoln Park example is definitely hindsight 2020. Obviously, we're going to be seeing this, and I hope that we see this more when it comes to large groups, making sure that we're at least looking out for one another and not trampling each other. And also, just to be clear, too, from a lot of the eyewitness testimony, there was so little room that trampling was the only way that some people could get out. They were talking about how if you put your arms up in the air, you weren't able to put them back down. That's how
they said you were drowning
sardined
in people.
You are. And people bring up examples like Beyonce's concert. There were some issues of people passing out, or there was an issue of someone, and we're talking about like maybe one or two, and they refused because people were pushing forward. They refused to even start the show.
Wow.
So I do think that, the artist does have a lot of power there. But in terms of that example with Lincoln Park, that should be something that we should have always seen. But now it's very high alert time.
Very true. All right, as we mentioned, 8 people did die. Here's what we know about the victims.
And it was Great White, not
Great
White
White.
Snake.
Yeah, Great White. That's
Sorry,
right.
White Snake.
Yes.
Great band.
All right, the range and age of those victims were from 14 to 27. 14. One young woman, Brianna Rodriguez, was 16 years old, and her parents shared on her GoFundMe page that she loved to dance. We don't yet know the specific causes of death, but with underage children among the dead and injured, there are some questions about whether it's safe for parents to leave their children unsupervised at these giant festivals.
It's not.
It's not safe.
It's not safe. And look, as a parent, I have to always decide the safety, the risk versus reward, because I can't keep my child in a bubble either, Eric. I have to let them go out and be part of this world, even if we're baby stepping it. But when I do send my daughter or my son to his or her first concert, I'm not going to sleep that night because I know what happens because I've been at concerts. So I know what's going down.
Yeah, this is so
sad.
It's
very
next
nuanced.
level.
Yeah.
It's very next level.
Large groups of people acting unpredictably in a confined space.
But there has to be somebody in charge to say stop. And they went to security, cameraman, Travis Scott. Ambulances were literally in Kylie Jenner's video. How come no one said stop? Stop the show. There's dead people.
I understand. I get it.
I know.
But
I'm not saying this on you.
A lot of these things are also very poorly coordinated as well. Like when you watch the documentary on the Woodstock, and you'll see people didn't know what to do. When you don't have plans in place for things going wrong, this is what happened.
And apparently the head of security did talk to the band and security to say, this is how a crowd surges. This is how you can get trampled. This can happen to the barricades. They were warned. They were warned. It just bothers me. It makes me so sad. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims' families. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning provided by
Yeah, Tori, do you know the actual capacity?
Yeah, so it was up to, I think, over 100,000, but they had 50. Yeah, but it's 50,000 people were there. 8 people were dead. 11 people went into cardiac arrest, and one security officer felt, as he was going to help stop, a prick in his neck. This is coming from cops in Houston PD. He felt a prick. He then went unconscious. When they tried to rouse him, they found a prick mark and used Narcan. He was then aroused from the Narcan, meaning he was speculatively, allegedly injected with some kind of narcotic. We don't know at all if that's at all part of this, but TMZ was reporting many people are injected. So far we know of one, a security guard that was raised with Narcan after being injected with something in his neck. The rest of it, as Eric was saying, is like people were like drowning. Like you went down and there are people on top of that person, on top of that person, and there's piles. It happens in Mecca a lot when people make the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, with large groups. I've studied this in a weird way because I've always wondered about crowd surging, and the panic starts, and then it even gets worse and worse. Yes, soccer games. Remember that in Britain there was a UK concert where people were pushed up against a fence, and the barriers can contain a lot of power, but the people can't. You're getting crushed, so they don't break. So someone had to say stop. And again, I don't want to put it on anyone, but it's shocking how many people refuse to stop.
I have
That's
a friend
what
that worked for Live
got me.
Nation, and she said that they find people that are dead from overdoses all the time.
Wow.
All the time. It's young people taking drugs from random people in the middle of the daytime. Like, this happens quite often.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
But this surging of the crowd thing needs to be controlled. I mean, if we're going to have crowds, we have to know how to control them.
Right. I mean, there was video footage out early of
Barrier.
crowds going through barriers. So it was before the concert even started.
Like
it was
rushing
out of
through.
control.
You saw that too, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The whole thing. Welcome back to DBL. So NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers is still coming under fire after he revealed he wasn't vaccinated. Of course, this is all after he claimed he was immunized. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron said...
McAfee.
Did I say McAfee?
Yeah, no,
did I say
said,
McAfee?
Yeah.
I always worry about
That's
that.
my homie.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah, I've known him forever.
Oh, wow. Hi, homie. Aaron said he did not get any of the vaccines because of health concerns. Take a quick look.
I'm not... some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body.
But SNL couldn't resist taking some shots, no pun intended, at Aaron with Pete Davidson playing the quarterback. Take a look.
Did you ever lie about being vaccinated?
I never lied. I took all my teammates into a huddle, got all their faces 3 inches away from my wet mouth, and told them, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
On Sunday, Terry Bradshaw and Michael Strahan also called Aaron out for essentially lying about his vaccination status. Take a look at this.
I understand immunized. What you were doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks, that's what it is. We've got players that pretty much think only about themselves, and I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
In the grand scheme of things, it's deceptive and it's wrong, and the presentation that he did not help.
Erica, what do you think about all this?
You know, I respect critical thinkers. I respect people who are flexible in thought. But when you are one of those people, you have to also engage with other people who think like you. Just be honest about the critical side of your thinking. I think the idea of trying to tiptoe around this whole conversation was really where he stepped in it.
I agree.
And now he's trying to backtrack. So allow people to critically and flexibly think about what you're saying.
I agree. Yeah. I have a hard time, though, and maybe you guys can tell me, I have a hard time when you say I'm a critical thinker. When I hear people reject science, I have a hard time with that being a personal choice. Like, that's, your critical thinking makes you think you're better and smarter than doctors and scientists. I have a hard time with that. I do want people to have autonomy over their body,
right.
But does that make sense?
Well, there's a lot of people that distrust the healthcare system because it is something that is based
True.
in profit, so there would be tested or assigned
and there's
that
evidence.
may be, unnecessary. But I think what you're saying, which is so brilliant, is like no one wants to play semantics when you're playing with my life. Don't say like I'm immunized technically if, I didn't say I was vaccinated.
Right.
I said I had been to a hospital and there were needles there. Like, we don't want to play that when I have to go home and talk to my son and kiss my daughter. So what he did was extremely selfish, and we've seen this how many years on the show, people will not just admit that they were wrong. Yeah. It's always, but I did say this, and I kind of, the cover up was always worse than a lie, and this is what he's learning over and over again, because he's doubling and tripling down.
He sure is. Let us know what you guys think on YouTube, our Facebook, our app, and our dailyblastlive.com website. Our interview with Maury Povich, that Maury, is next. We'll be right back.
President Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are two indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S., the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE price index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify, no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Oh boy. In the case of 4-month-old Kaylee Tyler, you are not the father.
Welcome back to DBL. He's a pop culture icon that has been serving up lie detectors and paternity tests in America's living rooms for 30 years. In fact, The Maury Show is the longest running daytime television show in history. Earlier, we were lucky enough to talk to Maury Povich. Take a look.
Thank you. Wow. Nice reception. Thank you.
You're welcome. We are all fans.
I get a better reception from you than I do my guests. That's good.
Well, listen, you have 9 million followers in social media. So not only are you owning broadcast, but you're also owning social. Even Kanye is rapping about you. You're everywhere. So what's the secret? Because I'm slowly growing my social media. So how do you get continued popularity over generations? Tell us.
Well, I think more than anything else, people on our show, I mean, it doesn't matter whether we condense, for instance, our segments into 4-minute segments, which we do, and throw them all on our social media platforms. But the thing is that you can get all of these stories involved in conflict and drama and lust and betrayal and all the great Shakespearean themes, and we can reduce them to the point where we've got a result. We're going to find out whether it's true or not.
There's
and
a
I think that's more than anything else what the audience enjoys.
Exactly.
And it's a true payoff.
Yep.
More, I'm going to just ask you a personal question here. Have you ever been offered money to do a birth announcement for somebody?
That's so good. That's really smart.
That's a great idea.
I've had a lot of people, to tell me, can you please do a selfie with me and say I'm the father or I'm not the father? I get a lot of that.
If I had a kid on the way, I'd make you do it right now. But you can always fall back on that.
I mean, we live in New York City, and if you walk down the street and a construction worker on a scaffolding looks down at me and says, "Hey, Murray, can you tell me I'm not the father?" I say, "Okay."
So, Maury, you also act, too. You've been in a few daytime, or not daytime, primetime roles.
Yeah.
But you play yourself. Is that something you want to get into more?
Well, I'll tell you about playing myself. Years and years ago, there was this young movie director who had this movie out called Jaws, and his name was Steven Spielberg, and I was doing a local show in Washington in the late 1960s, and he comes on the show and he looks at me and he says, "You have an interesting face. You ever thought about doing auditions?" And I said, "No, because I only got one act, and this is it. This is my only face. This is my only role."
This is it.
You could have been somebody, Maury.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
He turned down Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good party.
Well, no, well, at that point, Steven Spielberg hadn't been a big name, so, but didn't. All it took was one movie, right?
Yeah. Right. John, na.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, we're moving on.
Sorry, Maury.
I have the hard question, Maury. You were beloved, but you also have some critics that claim the show exploits your guests in a way, and I would love for you to take the floor and say, what do you say to them?
It's very simple, okay? We do these themes like paternity testing for a reason. We all know it's very easy. If you have a child and you have two parents in that child's life, he or she has a better chance for a future. If it's one parent, that child has less of a chance. And so if we can get guys, for instance, who deny being the fathers of their children, and they are proved to be the fathers on the show, that child's got a better chance. And better than that, I mean, to take it one step further, since we've been on the air so long, these stories now, these infants are teenagers. They are into college, and we find out whether the father is in the life of this child or not. And in many, many cases, I'm not going to say a majority, but in many, many cases, these fathers get into the lives of these children. In fact, the woman and the man end up together and have been together for 10 or 15 years. Wow. So I rest my hat. I hang my hat on that, and I rest my case.
I love it.
Well done.
Said.
Yeah, and I hope this doesn't make me unprofessional. I just want to tell you how cool you look right now.
Yeah, the best.
He looks like he should be like briefing me on like a Black Ops mission before I get on a Black Hawk helicopter.
Well, you all look much better. You all look much better than I do.
No, you
In
look
fact,
cool.
I'll tell you, most of my career, I was wearing that jacket.
Well, good for you. You're chilling now. And like, I've always wondered this, like, do you take a sneak peek at the paternity test before the big reveal? And like, which one, is there one that like really sticks out in your mind?
Well, first of all, it's a good question. The first time I was ever brought the theme of the show being paternity testing, and the producer is briefing me the way you're briefed before every show, and we're going through the story and everything, and she says, "Well, now the result," and I said, "You know, I don't want to know the result. If I knew the result, that means I'd skew the questions. I don't want to know anything more than my guests know, my audience, my live audience, my at-home audience. I want to be an extension of them. I want to be able to ask questions that they would want to ask." And so that's how I feel that my job is to ask those questions anybody would want to ask, so that those big answers that I've given through the last 20-some years with these themes, you are the father, you are not. The inflection comes because I'm as excited with the result as anybody.
That makes sense.
And so, you know, I have no way of faking it. I mean, there's no fake news when it comes to me. And so when I read the result, I'm learning for the first time. And as far as the craziest paternity story we've ever had, woman comes on and accuses a guy of being the father of her twins. And I open up the result and I look at my staff. I said, "Is there something wrong here?" I said, "Why?" I said, "He's the father of one, but not the other."
Whoa! And that's possible?
Scientifically
That'll
possible.
do it.
Wow. Oh, you have seen
fraternal twins.
Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you, Maury.
Get ready
Gotta
for
come back.
family
Good
drama
to see
on
you.
season 24 of The Maury Show. Thanks, Maury.
Bye, Maury.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
heard about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the antiparasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify. question comes from 13 On Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients. But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give a dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers. I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
DBL, we love sharing your comments, and Just Me wrote in, understand this didn't happen in a void. At previous concerts and on social media posts, he has urged Travis Scott fans to break through barriers and, quote, rage. And we do know he is being sued along with Drake, actually, and the venue. So we'll see what happens with this. Any updates, we'll update you. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.
And throughout the pandemic, many of us have spent more time than ever on our phones to stay connected to loved ones. Well, while scrolling, you might have seen this tweet claiming if you constantly hold your phone with your pinky as an anchor, you risk injuring your wrist and ulnar nerve. So let's verify. Is it possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much? Our sources are Kaiser Permanente, Rush University System for Health, Dr. Jessica A. Frankenhoff, an orthopedic surgeon at Virginia Commonwealth University, and Dr. Daniel J. Giddings, an orthopedic surgeon at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Eye pain and neck strain are common when using a cell phone too much, according to Kaiser Permanente. But hand injuries, well, they can occur too. According to Kaiser Permanente, conditions like tendinitis and texting thumb, a term used when the thumb tendons become inflamed from texting too much, can be directly caused from cell phone overuse. But texting thumb and tendinitis are treatable, and permanent injuries, well, they're rare.
I've been in practice for 17 years now, and I've never had anybody come in saying that they needed or that they warranted any sort of intervention other than rest and maybe some hand therapy for a repetitive use injury.
And though nerve damage is possible, it would have to take many years of overuse for that to happen.
Overuse and certainly postural things that are chronically ongoing for long periods of time
These are all things that can contribute to these nerve entrapment syndromes.
So we can verify, yes, it is possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much. Kaiser Permanente says taking breaks and giving your hand a rest will help avoid these conditions. And to talk to your doctor if you experience any pain in your thumb, wrist, or hand. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
What we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
8 people are dead at a music festival as the crowd is crushed. Why didn't the show stop? People are taking sides in the Aaron Rodgers vaccine controversy as SNL takes a shot at him.
Told him, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
Real housewife Kathy Hilton joins us live how she's preparing for daughter Paris's wedding day. And the legendary David Copperfield is also live with an illusion that will blow your mind.
Oh my gosh. Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here, drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, November 8th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Erica, and we have to talk about the horrific tragedy that happened in Houston. Travis Scott, because 8 people lost their lives and dozens more were injured when crowds surged, crushing and trampling fans. Travis and Drake, who were also at the show performing, are being sued. During the concert, some fans attempted to get the attention of the staff, begging them to stop the show. In another video, you can see emergency personnel helping someone while Travis Scott continued to perform. Travis released a video statement after the tragedy.
I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience.
Kylie Jenner was also at the show on Friday night with their 3-year-old daughter, Stormy. In a statement, Kylie said, quote, "I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing." And at one point during the show, Travis did stop and seemed to react to an ambulance that was trying to get through the crowd. But then he continued to perform. There are reports that say the show went on for nearly 40 minutes while police and firefighters responded to the emergency. All right, Erica, if you go online, you see everybody's pointing fingers. And I just want to take a beat and just acknowledge that there are 8 families out there that are absolutely in the worst turmoil that anybody can imagine. And our thoughts and prayers, as shallow as that might sound when someone's in the depths of despair, our thoughts and prayers are with those families. What do we do about this with everybody pointing fingers?
You know, I think anytime you have an event like this, 50,000 people, there are so many people and so many companies that have to come together to make this a successful product for the people who are paying for the show. If one of those entities decides to rebuke the protocol or to allow things to happen that aren't a part of those safety measures, that's problematic. And all of these people are working together as a team. So when you're looking at some of the lawsuits that are coming out now, there's a reason why so many people are being held accountable. I think the big thing that Travis Scott has really going against him, other than this video footage, which does not look great, is the fact that he's been arrested twice before for instructing his fans to blow past security, blow past the barricades, and rage. There's a reason why there are protocols in place for things like this, and there has to be other people holding him as the voice accountable so that everybody can be accountable to the safety of everyone there.
But see, I look at it the other way, Erica, because I get exactly what you're saying. But I would say, okay, if this performer has a past history of encouraging people to rush the door, I would say hire 2 security firms, hire the best one. I don't understand.
Because why would that make a difference? Though?
Because that's their job. When you open up your business that says Sam Security, your job is saying, we specialize in big concerts, and this is what we do. You can't then say, well, he sent a tweet and we didn't know what to do.
No, I understand that, but when he's on stage, you know, saying expletives and throwing up his middle finger to security. And again, I want to have empathy even for Travis Scott in this situation. Even though I do find him to be somewhat culpable and responsible, I can't imagine having that on your shoulders for the rest of your life. So I just want to preface that. But if you're saying those things, and if you have a history, if it's 1 security team or 3 security teams, they're going to listen to the person that they idolize. They're not going to have any regard
You
for the
shouldn't,
security.
as a security team, and Jeff, back me up on this. As a security team, say what you want. You don't have to back me up.
I gotcha.
As a security team, you shouldn't be depending on what the artist is saying to control the situation. Your job is to secure the situation. That is their job. That is why they are getting paid. Whatever Travis Scott is doing is besides the point. And when we start blaming the artist, the person on stage, that's going to open up a lot of things, because there have been tragedies at the 1999 Woodstock Festival. There was tragedies at the Great White concert that cost over 100 lives.
Right.
So anytime, let's be honest here. We have 50,000 people. They are all on some kind of substance.
Well, we don't know that because there was a lot of teenagers. And
You've been to concerts.
I haven't.
Okay,
And I've been
so
to
we
a
have
lot
to
of
be honest
concerts
about
with
what's going
mosh
on.
pits. I've been to a lot of concerts where there's mayhem. And guess what? I have seen the lead singers of Metallica, of Slayer, of Bad Brains, of Rage Against the Machine interrupt and say, stop, pick up that person. Or somebody lost their glasses, pick up those glasses.
But that's not their job. That's not their job.
I disagree. I want to show Jeff this video, and then I want to hear from Jeff, and you can take the rest of the floor.
Hey, yo, hold up. We got a little problem up here.
Pick them up right now.
Everybody up. We gotta look out for safety first, for real. Nobody gets hurt.
When someone falls, what do? That's right, people.
So that's at a Lincoln Park show. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I don't know if one security could handle 50,000 people rushing a stage. I don't know what security could do that, right? I think the artist bears some responsibility, but watching that documentary, you mentioned
the
Woodstock one. I mean, they were inciting violence. You know, Fred Durst at the time was like singing that "Give Me Some to Break." They were lighting things on fire. People were getting assaulted sexually. But there is no precedent of them getting blamed personally for that. So I don't know about the precedents if Travis Scott and Drake are to blame, or if it's a Live Nation thing, or if it's a security thing. There's a lot to unpack here. I do want to say on Travis Scott's behalf, he said he's paying for all the funeral services.
Yeah,
and he did seem sincere as an apology. But was he culpable of anything? I don't know.
Right, and I believe he was sincere in his apology too. And I know that at some point we are going to want to read some of the victims, right? Okay, so we will acknowledge those people, and again, our thoughts and prayers with every single one of them and their family and their friends. Coming up on DBL, David Copperfield is here live, and guess what? He's going to blow your mind with some magic. Do not go anywhere. We are back in just minutes. There he is!
I should have worn that today.
Closed captioning provided by
Museum, which he is filming the interview from his private island, which is a follow-up question to him being an introvert. I think you have that one, Erica. He's performing because he does like 15 shows at MGM a week, which is insane.
Which he doesn't need to.
Which he doesn't need to.
I know.
So what keeps him
Right.
going, right?
You've been in that private
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You've been in that
And
private
then
room
his
of David
book,
Copperfield.
and then he's going to do a live illusion for us in the sequel.
It's 10 times the size of this room.
Oh, that's my question, but you've been in there.
Oh, yeah, many times.
Okay, okay.
So-
I'll drop your.
So Chris,
Have you been to a David Copperfield show, anybody?
Where's what book?
No, yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't. No. Oh, I love magic shows, though. I love magic. I've never even been to the Magic Castle.
I know you need an invite there. It's a place in Los Angeles.
It's in LA, and it's like all the big magicians go. You need an invitation. I've never went, but they do magic like in every room. You have drinks, dinner. You ever hear of it? The Magic Castle?
Yeah.
I'm apparently not up on my magic.
Come on, Erica.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Do you like magic, though? Like when they do tricks and stuff?
Yeah, I'd like to see a good show.
You don't sound
show.
enthused.
I've got to prep Erica on something, so if you don't mind,
So are you into magic? I love like card tricks. I like just simple things at a party. I feel like it's so cool if someone could do like a little magic.
It's a weird thing, but like I don't know if you've been to the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach. But they do a really cool thing where they'll have like 6 comics, and then they'll do a magician, and then 2 more comics, and then a magician that'll do like 8 to 10 minutes. And it goes really well with comedy. You would think like you need to be all magic or all comedy, but magic and comedy, almost more than comedy and singing, works really well together.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's just another form of entertainment. But you could do, if you learn just a couple tricks, I know a couple card tricks.
Right.
So whenever someone's doing a trick, I could do like 1 or 2.
Right.
And it's just
fun.
fun.
It works. And you know what? Also with magic, a lot of magicians are kind of comics too. They have funny lines that
Well,
they
they're
throw
performing,
in.
for
Yeah,
sure,
so
right?
it's like they kind of like are in our neighborhood a little bit. I'm like, hey, don't laugh at that. That's too funny. Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Oh, do we get to do
Wow. Okay.
True legend. He has made the Statue of Liberty disappear, walked through the Great Wall of China, and has always made the impossible somehow seem possible. You know and love this household name. Please welcome to DBL the legendary magician, David Copperfield. We are so ecstatic to have you here. We also have your incredible book. But David, if a magician never reveals his secrets, I gotta know, how did you yourself learn magic, especially because before the internet, I mean, now you can just Google a trick, you can YouTube it. There was none of that ever existed. So what did you do?
Well, I started as a ventriloquist, as your producer Bert Brown knows, by idolizing a guy named Paul Winchell, who was our mutual hero. And I really was bad as a ventriloquist, so I started doing magic. And I found a shop that I recreated here called Tannen's in New York.
Wow.
And I went to the shop that I've kind of recreated in this location here, and fell in love. This is a place where you come and you see Orson Welles working on magic, and Johnny Carson working on magic, or J.J. Abrams. In fact, he has a whole TED talk about the mystery box and going to this exact store as a kid and how it informed his storytelling and Star Wars and all that. It all began with the passion for this amazing art that magic is.
And how old were you at the time?
I was about 8 years old, but I was, I was bad at everything else, including ventriloquism. But magic I was good at. I invented new magic, and I invented my first illusion when I was a kid. I was 12 years old, and that illusion ended up being in a very important series of books called The Tarbell Course in Magic, which is a whole bunch. So my trick called Mento Pen, there I am as a ventriloquist. See, you can tell I was a bad ventriloquist just from that shot. But that's my Jerry Mahoney dummy.
Wow.
And right in front of my house. And that spot is where the bus would come from New Jersey, right in that spot. And you'd go to New York. And my parents let me go to New York as a kid, even though New York was this crazy crime place at that time. It's gotten a lot better, thankfully, but they let me go. And I went to the magic shop, and I went to all the Broadway shows, and had a passion for both storytelling and magic, and that's what I do.
Wow.
David, your aura, just like the way you talk, is very I feel like you're doing something on me right now. I don't even know. It's just like your aura.
Captivating.
It's wonderful. All right, so you've got your
Thank
own.
you. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And he hasn't aged.
I know.
What is
something
happening?
that you're just standing there and I'm drawn in. Like the way I got to work on that, my presence.
And what skincare cream is he using?
I don't know.
Ask.
He's got a lot of secrets.
Okay.
So speaking of secrets, you got your own secret museum, which isn't public, but like you mentioned, our EP, Bert, has been there. Will it ever be open to the public, David?
We do exhibitions outside of the museum. I take these artifacts and I'll do displays in New York museums, all over the world. But the book actually, because I can't do tours for the public in this museum because there's so many secrets involved, that we wrote this book. And this book is right there, is an amazing book that gives people a personal tour of the museum. And it's an amazing, I'm going to pitch it now. It's an amazing coffee table book, great Christmas gift. Buy 10, give it to your family. It's great. And they're really, really proud. Beautiful pictures in it and amazing stories of the great masters that came before me.
I love the idea that you're just curating how to share it, because that space is so sacred. It's like you have to protect that energy. People bring in a lot of energy. You got to keep that protected. So you said magic was the way of communicating and being accepted. Would you consider yourself to be an introvert?
I think, you know, all of us are looking for a way to express ourselves. We all have that need to feel special and to communicate. Magic was my way. Magic was the thing that in school when the baseball wasn't that great. I wasn't horrible. Wasn't that great. You know, the soccer, not that great. But I did magic, and kids go, oh, "Okay, you're pretty cool." So it was a motivation for me to keep going. And a lot of people in this book actually came from very simple beginnings and had to use magic as a way of fitting in and being accepted. And we all find our paths. Sometimes it's sports for some people, but like all you really beautiful people on the panel there, handsome and beautiful people, you found a way of communicating, right? That's why Bert Dubrow, has you working there, right? Because you're able to communicate your aura. Magic was my way because, it was just my way of doing it. It's a way of fitting in.
So you're kind of like a rare person these days, and because everything's so transparent. You keep things really private. Is that why you needed a private island to control that energy and make sure that you can continue like being, a little bit more to yourself?
Well, actually, we share it. We have guests there right now. We charter it out. I create amazing experiences. Look at that on the sandbar, a lunch on a sandbar. It's an amazing place that we charter for one group at a time. And it's called Musha Key in the islands of Copperfield Bay. And we do treasure hunts, we do James Bond experiences. If you were a magician and were to have 11 islands, what would you do? And I really created, it's an amazing palette to kind of do my paintings, my storytelling paintings live for people. And it's an amazing opportunity for me.
Goodness. We've got Bert Dubrow here in studio, and Bert, we're going to organize a little group vacation to his island, right, Bert? Bert's shaking his head.
We can't afford it.
Oh, we can't afford it. Darn. Okay. David, we do have to go to break. To the viewers out there, stick around, because when we come back, David has some magic in store for us.
I have it.
President Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are two indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S., the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE price index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify, no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Welcome back, and we are here with David Copperfield, aka the greatest and most successful magician in the world.
Yes.
Now, you have a question.
And I have to, you've been performing for 50 years, and you do 15 shows a week. I really thought when I read that you were going to say a year. 15 a week. So you've clearly reached success beyond anybody's imagination. So why are you still doing this? Why are you on our show right now? Now that I'm happy you are. I just don't know. I would be on my private island saying miss me with all your calls, but he's here. So why are you still doing this?
I like it.
That's awesome. It's simple. Yeah.
I enjoy what I do. I'm very lucky, preparing new and creating new illusions takes a lot of work and it's not that easy. But performing, doing shows, is kind of a joy. You watch people really happy to be there. They really need to be amazed. And today we really need to dream and think about possibilities. And I really enjoy it. So that's why I do 2 shows every night and 3 shows on Saturday, no days off. And then I have 10 weeks off a year, which I go to the islands to kind of hang out and create new things. So
I love that.
I like
they
them.
say when you love what you do, it's not a job. So there you go. And speaking of your,
that's not the saying at all.
That's not
We
how
got
it goes.
You don't work a day in your life or something like.
Well,
you got
he
the
knows
gist
what
of
I
it.
meant. David understood exactly what I meant. And David, you mentioned.
I got your back.
Oh, he does have my back. There you go. So David, you mentioned your book being a really good coffee table book. I'm a sucker for coffee table books. I just want our viewers to know how heavy this is and big. It's a really great book. Stop it, Al.
And affordable.
Yes. Okay. Let's get back to your book, David Copperfield's History of Magic. You bring us into a world of illusion. What were you most excited to show your readers about your very secretive world?
It's an amazing amount of lives and stories. All of these ladies and gentlemen who perform magic have amazing stories that you can really relate to. And besides having, tons of incredible pictures of the museum in there, there is incredible stories about the trials and tribulations that people can really see themselves in. So it's not just a secret world. Secret world that also is something that people can really get a lot out of, and a lot of inspiration in that book.
Well, of course, you obviously have been influenced by other people like ventriloquists like Paul Winchell to magicians like John Mulholland. So who would you say have you been your biggest idols?
Mostly we talk about my idols being Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and Frank Sinatra and Walt Disney and filmmakers, because that really led my career in the direction it is, which is storytelling and magic and emotion. Frank Capra, I got to collaborate with Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life on the Statue of Liberty Vanish. I worked with Francis Ford Coppola on the Broadway show that we did. But as far as magicians goes, they say you stand on the shoulders of giants. And there's a guy named Channing Pollock, who I admired very much, who was elegant and handsome and was able to do effortless sleight of hand. A guy named Robert Houdin, who Houdini took his name from, invented a lot of magic. And I possess most of his things here in the museum. And he invented the first smart home. When you go to a grocery store and the door opens up mechanically, we take it for granted. But that was a magic effect. That was a magic trick at the time. And he did it as a thing. And now it's in every grocery store. So I think robots and technology came from magic, automatons. And so much of magic has influenced popular culture, but also art and science and innovation. So very proud of it.
David, we know you're a busy guy. Is there anything you could show us before we let you go?
A little magic?
Free show.
Yes, I'm going to blow your mind.
All right.
I'm going to blow your mind right now. This blows my mind because when I was a kid, I couldn't afford this. This is something I could not afford, and it comes from a magic shop like this. Empty tube, and a little tray here. Put this like this. I need that little flower there. Nice. We have a natural, normal flower. Oh my God.
Oh, is that for me?
It is for you. You have to share.
Oh, yes, I always share, right, boys? And Erica?
Yeah. I don't know.
Everything's like got
it's very
weird underlining tone
it was
around
weird
here,
with the
David.
book, and then the flowers just put over the top.
Okay, David, you'll have to
see that look? See that look?
I know. Look,
we're all hypnotized.
That's my favorite rest.
He's piercing our souls as we speak. David, thank you so much. It was such an honor to have you on DBL.
I cannot wait to get
share
this.
your passion for the power of magic. You can pick up a copy of David's new book, David Copperfield's History of Magic. You can get them wherever books are sold. Thank you so much, David.
Thank
have a
you,
great
David.
day. We'll be right back.
Take care.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
heard about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the antiparasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify. Our question comes from 13 On Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, "Ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients." But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give a dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers.
I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, a lot of you are talking about David Copperfield and how nostalgic and great it is to see him. Donnie says, David Copperfield will always hold a special place in my heart because he was the magician that I grew up with and my parents watched all of his specials. If you are leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Pete Davidson played Aaron Rodgers on SNL this weekend, but he wasn't the only one throwing shots. The latest on the vaccine controversy dividing fans. And Sarah Jessica Parker stands up for her aging body. The misogynistic comments she's calling out on the Sex and the City reboot.
And throughout the pandemic, many of us have spent more time than ever on our phones to stay connected to loved ones. Well, while scrolling, you might have seen this tweet claiming if you constantly hold your phone with your pinky as an anchor, you risk injuring your wrist and ulnar nerve. So let's verify. Is it possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much? Our sources are Kaiser Permanente, Rush University System for Health, Dr. Jessica A. Frankenhoff, an orthopedic surgeon at Virginia Commonwealth University, and Dr. Daniel J. Giddings, an orthopedic surgeon at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Eye pain and neck strain are common when using a cell phone too much, according to Kaiser Permanente. But hand injuries, well, they can occur too. According to Kaiser Permanente, conditions like tendinitis and texting thumb, a term used when the thumb tendons become inflamed from texting too much, can be directly caused from cell phone overuse. But texting thumb and tendinitis are treatable, and permanent injuries, well, they're rare.
I've been in practice for 17 years now, and I've never had anybody come in saying that they needed or that they warranted any sort of intervention other than rest and maybe some hand therapy for a repetitive use injury.
And though nerve damage is possible, it would have to take many years of overuse for that to happen.
Overuse and certainly postural things that are chronically ongoing for long periods of time. These are all things that can contribute to these nerve entrapment syndromes.
So we can verify, yes, it is possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much. Kaiser Permanente says taking breaks and giving your hand a rest will help avoid these conditions. And to talk to your doctor if you experience any pain in your thumb, wrist, or hand. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all just stop.
Finally here, drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff, Al, and Erica. So NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers still is coming under fire after he revealed he wasn't vaccinated. Of course, this is all after he claimed he was immunized. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron said he did not get the vaccine because of health concerns.
I was trying to be discreet and put our books away, and then my huge head dipped in the
It's okay, Al.
I was trying to be a good co-host, and look at me now.
Take a look.
I'm not, some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body.
But SNL could not resist taking some shots at Aaron with Pete Davidson playing the quarterback. Take a look.
Did you ever lie about being vaccinated?
I never lied. I took all my teammates into a huddle, got all their faces 3 inches away from my wet mouth, and told them, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
And on Sunday, Terry Bradshaw and Michael Strahan also called Aaron out for essentially lying about his vaccination status. Listen to what they had to say.
Stand immunized. What you were doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks, that's what it is. We've got players that pretty much think only about themselves, and I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
In the grand scheme of things, it's deceptive and it's wrong, and the presentation that he did not help.
Well, there you go. What do you think, Jeff?
You could kiss that Jeopardy job goodbye because they run a tight ship over there, so I'll never be hired for that job. Listen, I think it's ironic because the very reason he quote-unquote lied about being immunized because he didn't want to be a distraction. And now it's the exact thing he didn't want to happen. That's all people are talking about. That's all they ask about his team. And he's in a position where he didn't want to be. So that's I find that a little ironic. Listen, there is no protocol in the NFL to be vaccinated, but there are other protocols in place saying if you're not vaccinated, you do have to wear a mask to these places and show up to press conferences wearing a mask. That's where he's wrong. He did not do that. There is precedence for that, right? I don't know. When he brought up the fertility thing, too, I thought that was interesting because if I was trying to get pregnant, and even though there's no science behind it, I would bring up maybe, hey, I don't know if I want to get this vaccine because of fertility reasons, right? If I'm spending tens of thousands of dollars trying to get pregnant, again, no science behind it. It's an interesting argument that he brings up.
Yeah. He should have consulted with his doctor, though, and I know he did. I wish he would have just said that. I wish he would.
And I'm bringing up the other side.
Of course.
Yes. Jeff, and I appreciate that, and you're right. And he did consult with his doctor, and I think everybody is saying consult with your doctor. Talk to your girl or your wife, but also tell us so we can make some decisions. And we're close enough on the panel now. It wasn't too long ago. We had glass dividers. Jeff, you played football. Your brother played pro ball. When you're in the huddle, not only are you talking to each other like we are, I'm assuming if you're running your plays right, taking in big breaths because you're tired. I'm tired, so I'm letting out more breath than I normally would, which I would assume, and I would ask Dr. Kohler this, is even more dangerous. So I think a lot of things is like you're going home to your kid. husband, 2 children, 3 children. So you make whatever decision you want, but don't use some weird wording where now I can't make an informed decision either.
But there's other players out there that aren't vaccinated.
Right.
It's not mandated in the NFL.
Yeah, but they do the protocol. They wear the mask.
Right. And now we're hearing from other NFL teams that are very upset with the double standard that Aaron Rodgers is being held to. I mean, we're talking about, he brought up critical thinking, and it's like, for someone who thinks critically, you didn't see this through. You know, you are a celebrated superstar in the NFL. You can't, like, we've had this conversation, I've seen it on social media. If you choose to be unvaccinated, you can't do unvaccinated things. So if there was a protocol in place by the NFL on what to do if you choose not to be vaccinated, then why weren't you complying there? And I think that's the issue that has really gotten them into hot water.
So well said. Okay, so does Kanye West have a new lady in his life? Well, he was spotted. Did you guys hear Al?
Oh, yeah. All right.
So
You're excited, huh?
Wow. Kanye was spotted at a basketball game in Minneapolis, sitting courtside with 22-year-old model Venetria. According to Page 6, the two have been, quote, hooking up for a while. Now, it claims she was with him during his podcast interview last month and was seen at Kanye's Sunday service last weekend. This comes on the heels of news that Kanye's ex, Kim K, is reportedly dating Pete Davidson. All right.
Al, you had a reaction, buddy.
Go for it.
I would say, look, I had thought for a while that he had moved on, and it's clear that he has. But again, it's this weird thing where these older guys are going after a 22-year-old, which I think is a strange
Kim's, I think Pete Davidson's like 25. Kim's right there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's young. 26,
Wow.
maybe 27.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Erica, does that make you think differently about any of this? What about the fact that, Pete is 27. What about the fact that we just heard Kanye say on that podcast that he wants to get back together and he's still married with Kim, and she was apparently there.
I already told you that was, I said, hey, we have all had a Kanye moment in our lives where somebody walked out the door, decided that this wasn't it. You get yourself together, host SNL, all of a sudden we got to get back together.
And date someone else, right?
Right.
Exactly. Jeff, you're kind of mum on this.
Is it? Well, I mean, who cares? But is this going to push like Pete Davidson and Kim over that line to come out and say they were officially dating?
I think it frees them up.
There's been discrepancies on here. Me and Al think they're going to get together. Are you on board that they're going to get together?
And I don't think Pete has a say. I think whenever Kim's camp says we can be public, then they're going to be public. I'm sure Pete wants to say we're public right now.
I think this might push them over the edge.
And maybe they're not public yet. Maybe they're just
going out to dinner in public. Give me a break.
That doesn't mean you're together for life because you've shared a couple meals. I'm just saying you might want to not make a formal announcement until you figure out what you guys are.
I think going out holding hands in public, that's my informal announcement.
No, you need use your words. Okay. Decide it. Are we together or not?
You need to. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Boom. Thanks, Kelly.
That was the first quote you got right like in 2001 or 2000.
But then pointed to Kelly like she was like,
2001.
No, 2021.
You're bringing it way back. Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So Sarah Jessica Parker is responding to criticism about the Sex and the City reboot. SJP appears on the cover of the December issue of Vogue. She told the magazine that there has been some misogynistic chatter online about her and her co-stars. For one, she said some have called her out for sporting her gray hair in some scenes. Others say the women, who are all in their 50s, are too old to be reprising their roles. SJP responded by saying, quote, I know what I look like. I have no choice. What am I going to do about it? Stop aging? Disappear? Erica, what did you make of all the criticism? I know you're also a Sex and the City fan.
Yeah, I think people just like to chime in on things that they likely wouldn't have liked or supported anyway. Yeah. Obviously, everyone ages. We have followed this franchise through multiple chapters of these women's lives. So why would we stop now because there's gray hair? Like, I mean, everybody up here has gray hair, whether we choose to wear it out like that or not. I have found 5 new ones right here, so yes. Because we're aging, and the story doesn't stop just because we've gotten older. In fact, the whole thing has been a light into this dynamic of a friend group and all of the culture that has changed around them. Don't we want to see this through?
Yes.
I want to see it through.
I want to see it through, but what a double standard, because you rock your gray hair.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything about it except for compliments. months.
Did you ever have an agent or anybody say, hey, you might want to darken your hair or open up opportunities?
No, but I did. Before I got this job, I used to when I was in LA, because I went gray real early, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting jobs because I'm maybe aging. It's just I was terrible. So I just let it go out, and I just accepted it. It had nothing to do with it. What I want to get at is kind of what we were talking about before the show. It's like, why do we give so much credence to trolls online? Why are we doing stories? She looks beautiful. No, the majority of people, 90% of people are like, she looks great. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be, I'm so glad they're back. But when 10 people write in, it's like, oh, here's the story. She's got gray hair. Who cares what they say? They're running networks. They write into shows. They're running major corporations because a couple people, a minority group, is writing in, and now people are responding and obeying by their laws.
You know, since I brought it up and we talked about it during the break, and I'm listening to you talk, I do realize that this is how a lot of guys like us interact when we talk about this, is we can't believe that the other side exists. You go home to your beautiful wife and family and continue on with your life. I have female friends that are online that especially do talk about politics and things like that. And the abuse that women get online is staggering.
Right.
Death threats, everything, you know, and we've seen it with women we work with, women that are on this panel right now. And I think it's hard for guys like Jeff and I to understand, because that's not our world at all. I call him and talk about the Bears, but while we're doing that, there's a guy online telling Erica he's going to kill her.
Yeah.
And we have to be honest about that. That's why it's so hard for us.
That's such a small percentage, and I get affected by it, right? I have to go off social media because I get affected. SJP is affected. We're all affected in one way or the other.
But maybe it makes her feel better to respond. I know they say don't feed the trolls, but maybe once in a while
but that's all they want is response. They think she looks good too, and they just want a response. So they say something negative and mean, and then they have support in their own little crazy bubble that they live in.
Well, it's a good conversation. Coming up on DBL, we got Kathy Hilton here live. There she is.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to hear from the mother of the bride ahead of Paris Hilton's big day, and then everything that she is doing on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
All right, I kind of took that away from like the woman's point of view and just put it into social media like I do with every story. But it's so effective, you know, it's so effective, and it's such a small percentage of people that think that way, but they could get you fired from your job. They run networks, they run programming, they run how any big major network is running, because if you get enough people together, they think that's what the audience wants, and it's not.
I think, but what you're saying is like, in a weird way, it's affecting everyone. Because it's just hard as guys like me and Jeff that obviously don't leave comments like that, but also it affects my co-hosts and how they feel about their safety, about how they feel about their self-esteem. I couldn't imagine like open up my comments and seeing like 100 comments about how I look. I don't think most men could deal with that.
That
but
happened
I think
more to me when I co-hosted with Dr. Drew. We were prime time. It was on a network that everyone could watch, and they were all there to see him. They weren't there to see me. So I would receive a lot of hate nightly about, they just wanted to take out all their frustration on me. Why did I get that job? Am I sleeping with Dr. Drew? The answer is a big fat no. But of course, the trolls on social media wanted to somehow boil my role down being a co-host as somebody that slept my way to the top. And it affected me. Right. It affected me for 6 years. It really affected me.
It's such a cheap, like, I don't know why people think that that's like a cunning way to like get things across. Why is it always, who did you sleep with? Yeah. Like, that is such an old trope that people like to gravitate towards.
Women that said it too.
Oh, yeah. Let's not act like it's all coming from one. It comes from everywhere. I had somebody literally list like 10 different people that were like either former bosses, co-workers.
You slept with?
10. I was like, I don't even know half of them, and that one wasn't great. No, I'm just kidding.
venues are getting booked up. I'm gonna end up getting married at like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Chuck E. Cheese actually is the best pizza in the world.
I know, I love it there.
This is like my wedding too. He just needs to stay in his lane.
Ooh, welcome back to DBL. She's had her hand in reality TV since it first took over the airwaves. And as the mother of Paris Hilton and sister to Real Housewives Kyle and Kim, she's found her lane as one of the, may I say, realest additions to the Beverly Hills cast. Kathy Hilton joins us live. Yeah. Great to see you again.
Well, thank you. That's a warm welcome.
Oh my gosh, we love it. We love that you're joining us yet again. Now, I have to ask you right off the top, the main drama, and I don't even know if I should call it drama because it's not petty, it's very serious, that happened this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, started when Erica Jane was confronted about her ex, Tom Girardi, who is accused of millions of dollars worth of fraud. So it all went down at Kyle's dinner party. I have to ask you, and in fact, a lot of our viewers wrote this very question in. They want to know, why did that moment bring you to tears?
I just was, I was new, and you know, I'm not on the show all the time, so I wasn't there for the meeting that all the girls had. I did not know a lot of the different things going on. I will look at you with my hand to God. I did not watch the movie that was about her or read anything. I don't know her that well, so and from what I knew, she seemed very sweet. I just was so sad, and I started to cry. It's around the holidays, and you're thinking about people, and that's all I'll say.
Kathy, girl, huge fan here. First of all, I'm Erica. I wanted to just clarify that because some people say that I look like your sister Kyle as well.
Oh, you do, Erica.
See, you know, I knew. So on a lighter note, you made viewers laugh out loud, myself included, this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's take a look.
But it's hard for me to sit there and pretend like everything's great and hunky-dory when it's not.
Who is hunky-dory?
I'm hunky-dory.
Can we look forward to seeing you hold a diamond next season?
Please.
Because currently you're featured as a friend.
You know what? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I could be, you know, skiing down Mount Everest. I have no idea really right now. I'm so busy with the wedding, and it's crazy. I had the best time though on the show. I really enjoyed my time, and I love the girls, and I love the crew. And by the way, I love the fans. These fans are just so, like, they love they know everything that's going on. They're sometimes funnier than the cast, and they just are very precious.
So, Kathy, you mentioned Paris. You must be very excited. She's getting married this Thursday on 11/11, and we can all tune in to watch. Is there a special reason why she picked that date, 11/11?
11/11 is since she was a young girl. It's a lucky day, she thinks, and I think so as well. 11/11. So she said, "I don't care where, but I'm getting married 11/11."
All right. And what are some of your favorite details about her wedding plans? You were talking about it earlier.
Well, you know, I feel because this is all so personal, and Paris did give me a chance to kind of add some different things that I thought were personal and that really were so sweet to me. In fact, I designed some beautiful, and I had several choices for her because we set all the table with the flowers. I put out 3 different tablecloths. And what I did was I went ahead and designed one with nuage. And it's called Claire Lace. And it happens to be very similar to this Oscar de la Renta beaded jacket.
Nice. Stunning.
So this is vintage too. But can you see the detail?
Absolutely.
Wow. That's a good little
that was
inside
the first
scoop.
one she went up to. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And then I'm making a big surprise for her.
What happened?
What is this? Oh no, we froze.
Oh, no. What was that? It was like a big reveal.
She was going to show us something big. I feel it.
I think she was trying to turn the volume up and she might have turned it off.
No, she was going to show us something big. Darn it. Maybe we'll get her back.
Maybe.
Surprise.
Thank you, Kathy. I know you
Maybe
can't
it was
hear
David
us.
Copperfield's book.
That wasn't hunky dory.
To seeing Paris get married. DBL Nation, you can see more of Kathy in Paris in Love. It streams this Thursday on Peacock. Thanks to Kathy, and we'll be right back.
President Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are two indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S., the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE Price Index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify, no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Don't worry, everybody. We got Kathy back.
Yes,
I'm reading the comments.
yourself.
Kathy, everyone is asking, what was she going to show us? So before we lost you, I think you were going to show us something.
Well, I've got the best for last, but I'm going to tell you something in a minute, a secret. This is Mother of the Bride, my champagne.
Yes.
And we're doing a special drink, Moet Rose Imperial Champagne. And I wanted to have a little pink for, Paris has got to have a little pink in her wedding, right? So we're doing two special cocktails, and one is going to have pink cotton candy.
Ooh. Yum.
With the champagne.
Ooh.
Yes.
Did you come up with this?
And then you know what? I've seen it, I have to admit, but we're adding a couple little secret touches to it, which gives it even a little more fizz.
Ooh.
But I have seen the cotton candy before, and it is really pretty in the champagne glasses, which I designed. The Goddingers are very dear friends, old family friends, and I'd worked with them for years on different china pieces. So we designed a beautiful line, and it's gonna, all the table settings will be like beautiful china with scallop borders and scallop chargers, and the crystal is absolutely gorgeous. It's cut, and I'm just so happy that she went and picked everything that she loved. She saw other choices, and even the flatware. So we're very excited about that. And then you know how you're supposed to have something old?
Yes.
I am having something sewn into her wedding dress. That's going to be a big surprise.
Give us a little hint.
Is like a handkerchief? That's what I did.
No. Actually, I always give handkerchiefs.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
No. This is even more special.
What?
I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be very special.
We have to tune in.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's definitely not an old handkerchief.
What's wrong?
Absolutely.
Paris Hilton's going to have an old handkerchief sewn into her
If it
dress?
was her grandmother's, right, Kathy?
Good point.
Well, the grandmothers will be involved, and so will I. But the one thing I'm working on, and I want all of you out there to tell her,
yes,
write her on Instagram. She must spend the night here with us the night before.
Yes.
That's a tradition.
Going to commercial. Thank you so much. Again, tune in to Paris and Love this Thursday on Peacock. Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
heard about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the antiparasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify.
Our question comes from 13 On Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients. But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give a dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers.
I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
You had a question, Jeff had a question we were talking about in the break that would have been perfect.
Well, I was just wondering if the other housewives were all going to be invited. Because if you don't invite one, that's news.
Right. Well, that's the drama.
It would create all of next season's drama. Who gets invited, who doesn't. I wish we would have asked that.
Speaking of drama, all the Aaron Rodgers drama, the Bears are playing tonight. If you want to jump on a bandwagon, go Bears.
That's right.
DBL's good. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
And throughout the pandemic, many of us have spent more time than ever on our phones to stay connected to loved ones. Well, while scrolling, you might have seen this tweet claiming if you constantly hold your phone with your pinky as an anchor, you risk injuring your wrist and ulnar nerve. So let's verify. Is it possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much? Our sources are Kaiser Permanente, Rush University System for Health, Dr. Jessica A. Frankenhoff, an orthopedic surgeon at Virginia Commonwealth University, and Dr. Daniel J. Giddings, an orthopedic surgeon at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Eye pain and neck strain are common when using a cell phone too much, according to Kaiser Permanente. But hand injuries, well, they can occur too. According to Kaiser Permanente, conditions like tendinitis and texting thumb, a term used when the thumb tendons become inflamed from texting too much, can be directly caused from cell phone overuse. But texting thumb and tendinitis are treatable, and permanent injuries, well, they're rare.
I've been in practice for 17 years now, and I've never had anybody come in saying that they needed or that they warranted any sort of intervention other than rest and maybe some hand therapy for a repetitive use injury.
And though nerve damage is possible, it would have to take many years of overuse for that to happen.
Overuse and certainly postural things that are chronically ongoing for long periods of time. These are all things that can contribute to these nerve entrapment syndromes.
So we can verify, yes, it is possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much. Kaiser Permanente says taking breaks and giving your hand a rest will help avoid these conditions. And to talk to your doctor if you experience any pain in your thumb, wrist, or hand. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
On Daily Blast Live.
8 people are dead at a music festival as the crowd is crushed. Why didn't the show stop? People are taking sides in the Aaron Rodgers vaccine controversy as SNL takes a shot at him.
Told him, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
Real housewife Kathy Hilton joins us live how she's preparing for daughter Paris's wedding day. And the legendary David Copperfield is also live with an illusion that will blow your mind.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all just stop.
Finally here, drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, November 8th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Erica, and we have to talk about the horrific tragedy that happened in Houston at the Astroworld Festival featuring Travis Scott because 8 people lost their lives and dozens more were injured when crowds surged, crushing and trampling fans. Travis and Drake, who were also at the show performing, are being sued. During the concert, some fans attempted to get the attention of the staff, begging them to stop the show. In another video, you can see emergency personnel helping someone while Travis Scott continued to perform. Travis released a video statement after the tragedy.
I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience.
Kylie Jenner was also at the show on Friday night with their 3-year-old daughter, Stormy. In a statement, Kylie said, quote, "I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing." And at one point during the show, Travis did stop and seemed to react to an ambulance that was trying to get through the crowd. But then he continued to perform. There are reports that say the show went on for nearly 40 minutes while police and firefighters responded to the emergency. All right, Erica, if you go online, you see everybody's pointing fingers. And I just want to take a beat and just acknowledge that there are 8 families out there that are absolutely in the worst turmoil that anybody can imagine. And our thoughts and prayers, as shallow as that might sound when someone's in the depths of despair, our thoughts and prayers are with those families. What do we do about this with everybody pointing fingers?
You know, I think anytime you have an event like this, 50,000 people, there are so many people and so many companies that have to come together to make this a successful product for the people who are paying for the show. If one of those entities decides to rebuke the protocol or to allow things to happen that aren't a part of those safety measures, that's problematic. And all of these people are working together as a team. So when you're looking at some of the lawsuits that are coming out now, there's a reason why so many people are being held accountable. I think the big thing that Travis Scott has really going against him, other than this video footage, which does not look great, is the fact that he's been arrested twice before for instructing his fans to blow past security, blow past the barricades, and rage. There's a reason why there are protocols in place for things like this, and there has to be other people holding him as the voice accountable so that everybody can be accountable to the safety of everyone there.
Well, see, I look at it the other way, Erica, because I get exactly what you're saying, but I would say, okay, if this person, this performer has a past history of encouraging people to rush the door, I would say hire 2 security firms, hire the best one. I don't understand.
Because why would that make a difference? Though?
Because that's their job. When you open up your business that says Sam Security, your job is saying, we specialize in big concerts, and this is what we do. You can't then say, well, he sent a tweet and we didn't know what to do.
No, I understand that, but when he's on stage, you know, saying expletives and throwing up his middle finger to security. And again, I want to have empathy even for Travis Scott in this situation, even though I do find him to be somewhat culpable and responsible. I can't imagine having that on your shoulders for the rest of your life. So I just want to preface that. But if you're saying those things, and if you have a history, if it's 1 security team or 3 security teams, they're going to listen to the person that they idolize. They're not going to have any regard for the security. You shouldn't,
as a security team, and Jeff, back me up on this. As a security team, say what you want. You don't have to back me up.
I gotcha.
As a security team, you shouldn't be depending on what the artist is saying to control the situation. Your job is to secure the situation. That is their job. That is why they are getting paid. Whatever Travis Scott is doing is besides the point. And when we start blaming the artist, the person on stage, that's going to open up a lot of things, because there have been tragedies at the 1999 Woodstock Festival. There was tragedies at the Great White concert that cost over 100 lives.
Right.
So anytime, let's be honest here. We have 50,000 people. They are all on some kind of substance.
Well, we don't know that because there was a lot of teenagers. And
you've been to concerts.
I have.
Okay,
and I've been
so
to a
we
lot
have to
of
be honest
concerts
about
with
what's going
mosh
on.
pits. I've been a lot of concerts where there's mayhem. And guess what? I have seen the lead singers of Metallica, of Slayer, of Bad Brains, of Rage Against the Machine interrupt and say, stop, pick up that person. Or somebody lost their glasses, pick up those glasses.
But that's not their job. That's not their job.
I disagree. I want to show Jeff this video, and then I want to hear from Jeff, and you can take the rest of the floor.
Hey, yo, hold up. We got a little problem up here.
Pick them up right
Everybody
now.
up. We got to look out for safety first, for real. Nobody gets hurt.
When someone falls, what do? That's right, people.
So that's at a Lincoln Park show. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I don't know if one security could handle 50,000 people rushing a stage. I don't know what security could do that, right? I think the artist bears some responsibility, but watching that documentary, you mentioned
the Woodstock
one. I mean, they were inciting violence. You know, Fred Durst at the time was like singing that "Give Me Some to Break." They were lighting things on fire. People were getting assaulted sexually. But there is no precedent of them getting blamed personally for that. So I don't know about the precedents if Travis Scott and Drake are to blame, or if it's a Live Nation thing, or if it's a security thing. There's a lot to unpack here. I do want to say on Travis Scott's behalf, he said he's paying for all the funeral services.
Yeah,
and he did seem sincere as an apology. But was he culpable of anything? I don't know.
Right, and I believe he was sincere in his apology too. And I know that at some point we are going to want to read some of the victims, right? Okay, so we will acknowledge those people, and again, our thoughts and prayers with every single one of them and their family and their friends. Coming up on DBL, David Copperfield is here live, and guess what? He's going to blow your mind with some magic. Do not go anywhere. We are back in just minutes. There he is!
I should have worn that today.
Closed captioning provided by
which he is filming the interview from his private island, which is a follow-up question to him being an introvert. I think you have that one, Erica. Performing because he does like 15 shows at MGM a week, which is insane.
Which he doesn't need to.
Which he doesn't need to.
I know.
So what keeps him
Right.
going,
Bert,
right?
you've been in that private
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You've been in that
And
private
then
room.
his
Okay,
book.
Copperfield.
And then he's gonna do a live illusion for us in the
It's
sequel.
10 times the size of this room.
Oh, that's my question, but you've been in
Oh,
one.
yeah, many times.
Okay, okay. I'll drop your.
So Chris, I think
Have you been to a David Copperfield show, anybody?
Where's what book?
No, yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't. No. Oh, I love magic shows, though. I love magic. I've never even been to the Magic Castle.
I know you need an invite there. It's a place in Los Angeles.
It's in LA, and it's like all the big magicians go. You need an invitation. I've never went, but they do magic like in every room. You have drinks, dinner. You ever hear of it? The Magic Castle?
Yeah.
I'm apparently not up on my magic.
Come on, Erica.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Do you like magic though? Like when they do tricks and stuff?
Yeah, I'd like to see a good show.
You don't sound enthused.
I've got to prep Erica on something, so if you don't mind, if you
So are you into magic? I love like card tricks. I like just simple things at a party. I feel like it's so cool if someone could do like a little magic.
It's a weird thing, but like I don't know if you've been to the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, but they do a really cool thing where they'll have like 6 comics, and then they'll do a magician, and then 2 more comics, and then a magician that'll do like 8 to 10 minutes. And it goes really well with comedy. You would think like you need to be all magic or all comedy, but magic and comedy, almost more than comedy and singing, works really well together.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's just another form of entertainment. But you could do, if you learn just a couple tricks, I know a couple of card tricks. Right. So whenever someone's doing a trick, I could do like 1 or 2. Right. And it's just fun.
It works. You know what? Also with magic, a lot of magicians are kind of comics too. They have funny lines that
they're
throw
performing.
in.
For sure,
so
right?
it's like they kind of like are in our neighborhood a little bit. I'm like, hey, don't laugh at that. That's too funny. Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Oh, do we? Wow. Legend. He has made the Statue of Liberty disappear, walked through the Great Wall of China, and has always made the impossible somehow seem possible. You know and love this household name. Please welcome to DBL the legendary magician, David Copperfield.
Yes.
We are so ecstatic to have you here. We also have your incredible book. But David, if a magician never reveals his secrets, I gotta know, how did you yourself learn magic, especially because before the internet, I mean, now you can just Google a trick, you can YouTube it. There was none of that ever existed. So what did you do?
Well, I started as a ventriloquist, as your producer Bert DeBrown knows, by idolizing a guy named Paul Winchell, who was our mutual hero. And I really was bad as a ventriloquist, so I started doing magic. And I found a shop that I recreated here called Tannen's in New York.
Wow.
And I went to the shop that I've kind of recreated in this location here, and fell in love. This is a place where you come and you see Orson Welles working on magic, and Johnny Carson working on magic, or J.J. Abrams. In fact, he has a whole TED Talk about the mystery box and going to this exact store as a kid and how it informed his storytelling and Star Wars and all that. It all began with the passion for this amazing art that magic is.
And how old were you at the time?
I was about 8 years old, but I was, I was bad at everything else, including ventriloquism. But magic I was good at. I invented new magic, and I invented my first illusion when I was a kid. I was 12 years old, and that illusion ended up being in a very important series of books called The Tarbell Course in Magic, which is a whole bunch. So my trick called Mento Pen, there I am as a ventriloquist. See? You can tell I was a bad ventriloquist just from that shot. But that's my Jerry Mahoney dummy.
Wow.
And right in front of my house. And that spot is where the bus would come from New Jersey, right in that spot. And you'd go to New York. And my parents let me go to New York as a kid, even though New York was this crazy crime place at that time. It's gotten a lot better, thankfully, but they let me go. And I went to the magic shop, and I went to all the Broadway shows, and had a passion for both storytelling and magic, and that's what I do.
Wow.
David, your aura, just like the way you talk, is very like, I feel like you're doing something on me right now. I don't even know. It's just like your aura.
Captivating.
It's wonderful. All right, so you've got your
Thank
own.
you. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And he hasn't aged.
I know.
What is
Something
happening?
that you're just standing there and I'm drawn in. Like the way, like, I got to work on that, my presence. Like.
And what skincare cream is he using?
I don't know.
Ask.
He's got a lot of secrets.
Okay.
So speaking of secrets, you got your own secret museum, which isn't public, but like you mentioned, our EP, Bert, has been there. Will it ever be open to the public, David?
We do exhibitions outside of the museum. I take these artifacts and I'll do displays in New York museums, all over the world. But the book, actually, because I can't do tours for the public in this museum because there's so many secrets involved, that we wrote this book. And this book is right there. It's an amazing book that gives people a personal tour of the museum. And it's an amazing, I'm going to pitch it now. It's an amazing coffee table book, great Christmas gift. Buy 10, give it to your family. It's great. And they're really, really proud. Beautiful pictures in it and amazing stories of the great masters that came before me.
I love the idea that you're just curating how to share it, because that space is so sacred. It's like you have to protect that energy. You know, people bring in a lot of energy. You got to keep that protected. So you said magic was the way of communicating and being accepted. Would you consider yourself to be an introvert?
I think, all of us are looking for a way to express ourselves. We all have that need to feel special and to communicate. Magic was my way. Magic was the thing that in school when the baseball wasn't that great. That wasn't horrible. Wasn't that great. The soccer, not that great. But I did magic and kids said, oh, okay, you're pretty cool. So it was a motivation for me to keep going. And a lot of people in this book actually came from very simple beginnings and had to use magic as a way of fitting in and being accepted. And, we all find our paths. Sometimes it's sports for some people, but like all you really beautiful people on the panel there, handsome and beautiful people, you found a way of communicating, right? That's why Bert Dubrow, has you working there, right? Because you're able to communicate your aura. Magic was my way because, it was just my way of doing it. It's a way of fitting in.
So you're kind of like a rare person these days, and because everything's so transparent. You keep things really private. Is that why you needed a private island to control that energy and make sure that you can continue like being, a little bit more to yourself?
Well, actually, we share it. We have guests there right now. We charter it out. I create amazing experiences. Look at that on the sandbar, a lunch on a sandbar. It's an amazing place that we charter for one group at a time. And it's called Musha Key in the islands of Copperfield Bay. And we do treasure hunts. We do James Bond experiences. If you were a magician and were to have 11 islands, what would you do? And I really created, it's an amazing palette to kind of do my paintings, my storytelling paintings live for people. And it's an amazing opportunity for me.
Goodness. We've got Bert Dubrow here in studio. And Bert, we're going to organize a little group vacation to his island, right, Bert? Bert's shaking his head.
We can't afford it.
Oh, we can't afford it. Darn. Okay. David, we do have to go to break. To the viewers out there, stick around because when we come back, David has some magic in store for us.
President Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are two indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S. the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE price index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify, no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Welcome back, and we are here with David Copperfield, aka the greatest and most successful magician in the world.
Yes.
Now, you have a question.
And I have to, you've been performing for 50 years, and you do 15 shows a week. I really thought when I read that you were going to say a year, 15 a week. So you've clearly reached success beyond anybody's imagination. So why are you still doing this? Why are you on our show right now? Now that I'm happy you are. I just don't know. I would be on my private island saying, miss me with all your calls, but he's here. So why are you still doing this?
I like it.
That's awesome. It's simple. Yeah.
I enjoy what I do. I'm very lucky, Preparing new and creating new illusions takes a lot of work and it's not that easy. But performing, doing shows is kind of a joy. You watch people really happy to be there. They really need to be amazed. And today we really need to dream and think about possibilities, and I really enjoy it. So that's why I do 2 shows every night and 3 shows on Saturday, no days off, and then I have 10 weeks off a year, which I go to the islands to kind of hang out and create new things. So
I love that.
I like
they say when you love what you do, it's not a job. So there you go. And speaking of your,
that's not how it goes at all.
That's not how it goes.
You don't work a day in your life or something like.
Well,
you got the gist
what
of it.
I meant. David understood exactly what I meant. And David, you mentioned.
I got your back.
Oh, he does have my back. There you go. So David, you mentioned your book being a really good coffee table book. I'm a sucker for coffee table books. I just want our viewers to know how heavy this is and big. It's a really great book. Stop it, Alex.
And affordable.
Yes. Okay. Let's get back to your book, David Copperfield's History of Magic. You bring us into a world of illusion. What were you most excited to show your readers about your very secretive world?
It's an amazing amount of lives and stories. All of these ladies and gentlemen who perform magic have amazing stories that you can really relate to. And besides having, tons of incredible pictures of the museum in there, there is incredible stories about the trials and tribulations that people can really see themselves in. So it's not just a secret world that also is something that people can really get a lot out of, and a lot of inspiration in that book.
Well, of course, you obviously have been influenced by other people like ventriloquists like Paul Winchell to magicians like John Mulholland. So who would you say have you been your biggest idols?
Mostly we talk about my idols being Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and Frank Sinatra and Walt Disney and filmmakers, because that really led my career in the direction it is, which is storytelling and magic and emotion. Frank Capra, I got to collaborate with Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life on the Statue of Liberty Vanish. I worked with Francis Ford Coppola on the Broadway show that we did. But as far as magicians goes, they say you stand on the shoulders of giants, and there's a guy named Channing Pollock who I admired very much, who was elegant and handsome and was able to do effortless sleight of hand. A guy named Robert Houdin, who Houdini took his name from, invented a lot of magic, and I possess most of his things here in the museum. And he invented the first smart home. When you go to a grocery store and the door opens up mechanically, we take it for granted. But that was a magic effect. That was a magic trick at the time. And he did it as a thing. And now it's in every grocery store. So I think robots and technology came from magic, automatons. And so much of magic has influenced popular culture, but also art and science and and innovation. So very proud of it.
David, we know you're a busy guy. Is there anything you could show us before we let you go?
A little magic?
Free
Yes,
show.
I'm going to blow your mind.
All right.
I'm going to blow your mind right now. This blows my mind because when I was a kid, I couldn't afford this. This is something I could not afford, and it comes from a magic shop like this. Empty tube, and a little tray here. Put this like this. I need that little flower there. Nice. We have a natural, normal flower. Oh my God.
Oh, is that for me?
It is for you. You have to share.
Oh, yes, I always share, right, boys and Erica?
Yeah. I don't know.
Everything's like got
It's very
weird underlining tone
it was
around here,
weird with the
David.
book, and then the flowers just put over the top.
Okay, David, you'll have to
see that look? See that look?
I know. Look,
we're all hypnotized.
That's my favorite rest.
He's piercing our souls as we speak. David, thank you so much. It was such an honor to have you on DBL.
I cannot wait to give
share
this.
your passion for the power of magic. You can pick up a copy of David's new book, David Copperfield's History of Magic. You can get them wherever books are sold. Thank you so much, David.
Thank
have a
you,
great
David.
day. We'll be right back.
Take care.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
heard about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the anti-parasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify.
Our question comes from 13 on Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients. But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give a dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers.
I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, a lot of you are talking about David Copperfield and how nostalgic and great it is to see him. Donnie says, David Copperfield will always hold a special place in my heart because he was the magician that I grew up with and my parents watched all of his specials. If you are leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Pete Davidson played Aaron Rodgers on SNL this weekend, but he wasn't the only one throwing shots. The latest on the vaccine controversy dividing fans. And Sarah Jessica Parker stands up for her aging body. The misogynistic comments she's calling out on the Sex and the City reboot.
And throughout the pandemic, many of us have spent more time than ever on our phones to stay connected to loved ones. Well, while scrolling, you might have seen this tweet claiming if you constantly hold your phone with your pinky as an anchor, you risk injuring your wrist and ulnar nerve. So let's verify. Is it possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much? Our sources are Kaiser Permanente, Rush University System for Health, Dr. Jessica A. Frankenhoff, an orthopedic surgeon at Virginia Commonwealth University, and Dr. Daniel J. Giddings, an orthopedic surgeon at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Eye pain and neck strain are common when using a cell phone too much, according to Kaiser Permanente. But hand injuries, well, they can occur too. According to Kaiser Permanente, conditions like tendinitis and texting thumb, a term used when the thumb tendons become inflamed from texting too much, can be directly caused from cell phone overuse. But texting thumb and tendinitis are treatable, and permanent injuries, well, they're rare.
I've been in practice for 17 years now, and I've never had anybody come in saying that they needed or that they warranted any sort of intervention other than rest and maybe some hand therapy for a repetitive use injury.
And though nerve damage is possible, it would have to take many years of overuse for that to happen.
Overuse and certainly postural things that are chronically ongoing for long periods of time. These are all things that can contribute to these nerve entrapment syndromes.
So we can verify, yes, it is possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much. Kaiser Permanente says taking breaks and giving your hand a rest will help avoid these conditions. And to talk to your doctor if you experience any pain in your thumb, wrist, or hand. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff, Al, and Erica. So NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers still is coming under fire after he revealed he wasn't vaccinated. Of course, this is all after he claimed he was immunized. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron said he did not get the vaccine because of health concerns.
I was trying to be discreet and put our books away, and then my huge head dipped in the
It's okay, Al.
I was trying to be a good co-host, and look at me now.
Take a look.
I'm not, some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body.
But SNL could not resist taking some shots at Aaron with Pete Davidson playing the quarterback. Take a look.
Did you ever lie about being vaccinated?
I never lied. I took all my teammates into a huddle, got all their faces 3 inches away from my wet mouth, and told them, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
And on Sunday, Terry Bradshaw and Michael Strahan also called Aaron out for essentially lying about his vaccination status. Listen to what they had to say.
Stand immunized. What you were doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks, that's what it is. We've got players that pretty much think only about themselves, and I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
In the grand scheme of things, it's deceptive and it's wrong, and the presentation that he did not help.
Well, there you go. What do you think, Jeff?
You could kiss that Jeopardy job goodbye because they run a tight ship over there. So I'll never be hired for that job. Listen, I think it's ironic because the very reason he quote unquote lied about being immunized because he didn't want to be a distraction. And now it's the exact thing he didn't want to happen. That's all people are talking about. That's all they ask about his team. And he's in a position where he didn't want to be. So that's I find that a little ironic. Listen, there is no protocol in the NFL to be vaccinated, but there are other protocols in place saying if you're not vaccinated, you do have to wear a mask to these places and show up to press conferences wearing a mask. That's where he's wrong. He did not do that. There is precedence for that, right? I don't know. When he brought up the fertility thing, too, I thought that was interesting because if I was trying to get pregnant, and even though there's no science behind it, I would bring up maybe, hey, I don't know if I want to get this vaccine because of fertility reasons, right? If I'm spending tens of thousands of dollars trying to get pregnant, again, no science behind it. It's an interesting argument that he brings up.
Yeah. He should have consulted with his doctor, though, and I know he did. I wish he would have just said that. I wish he would.
And I'm bringing up the other side.
Of course. Yes. Jeff, and I appreciate that, and you're right. And he did consult with his doctor, and I think everybody is saying, consult with your doctor. Talk to your girl or your wife, but also tell us so we can make some decisions. And we're close enough on the panel now. It wasn't too long ago. We had glass dividers. Jeff, you played football. Your brother played pro ball. When you're in the huddle, not only are you talking to each other like we are, I'm assuming if you're running your plays right, taking in big breaths because you're tired. I'm tired, so I'm letting out more breath than I normally would, which I would assume, and I would ask Dr. Kohler this, is even more dangerous. So I think a lot of things is like you're going home to your kid, husband, 2 children, 3 children. So you make whatever decision you want, but don't use some weird wording where now I can't make an informed decision either.
But there's other players out there that aren't vaccinated. Right. It's not mandated in the NFL.
But they do the protocol. They wear the mask.
And now we're hearing from other NFL teams that are very upset with the double standard that Aaron Rodgers is being held to. I mean, we're talking about, he brought up critical thinking, and it's like, for someone who thinks critically, you didn't see this through. You know, you are a celebrated superstar in the NFL. You can't, like, we've had this conversation, I've seen it on social media. If you choose to be unvaccinated, you can't do unvaccinated things. So if there was a protocol in place by the NFL on what to do if you choose not to be vaccinated, then why weren't you complying there? And I think that's the issue that has really gotten them into hot water.
So well said. Okay, so does Kanye West have a new lady in his life? Well, he was spotted. Did you guys hear Al?
Oh, yeah. All right.
So
You're excited, huh?
Wow. Kanye was spotted at a basketball game in Minneapolis, sitting courtside with 22-year-old model Venetria. According to Page 6, the two have been, quote, hooking up for a while. Now, it claims she was with him during his podcast interview last month and was seen at Kanye's Sunday service last weekend. This comes on the heels of news that Kanye's ex, Kim K, is reportedly dating Pete Davidson. All right.
Al, you had a reaction, buddy.
I would say, look, I had thought for a while that he had moved on. And it's clear that he has. But again, it's this weird thing where these older guys are going after a 22-year-old, which I think is a strange
thing. I think Pete Davidson's like 25. Kim's right there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's young. 26,
Wow.
maybe 27.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Erica, does that make you think differently about any of this? What about the fact that, Pete is 27. What about the fact that we just heard Kanye say on that podcast that he wants to get back together and he's still married with Kim, and she was apparently
I already told you that was, I said, hey, we have all had a Kanye moment in our lives where somebody walked out the door, decided that this wasn't it. You get yourself together, host SNL, all of a sudden we got to get back together.
And date someone else, right?
Right.
Exactly. Jeff, you're kind of mum on this.
Is it? Well, I mean, who cares? But is this going to push like Pete Davidson and Kim over to come out and say they were officially dating?
I think it
there's
frees
been
them up.
discrepancies on here. Me and Al think they're going to get together. Are you on board that they're going to get together?
And I don't think Pete has a say. I think whenever Kim's camp says we can be public, then they're going to be public. I'm sure Pete wants to say
I think this might push him over the edge.
And maybe they're not public yet. Maybe they're just still
going out to dinner in public. Give me a break.
That doesn't mean you're together for life because you've shared a couple of meals. I'm just saying you might want to not make a formal announcement until you figure out what you guys are.
I think going out, holding hands in public, that's my informal announcement.
No, you need use your words. decided. Are we together or
you
not?
need to. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Boom. Thanks, Kelly.
That was the first quote you got right like in 2001 or 2000.
But then pointed to Kelly like she was like,
2001?
No, 2021.
You're bringing it way back. Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So Sarah Jessica Parker is responding to criticism about the Sex and the City reboot. SJP appears on the cover of the December issue of Vogue. She told the magazine that there has been some misogynistic chatter online about her and her co-stars. For one, she said some have called her out for sporting her gray hair in some scenes. Others say the women, who are all in their 50s, are too old to be reprising their roles. SJP responded by saying, quote, "I know what I look like. I have no choice. What am I going to do about it? Stop aging? Disappear?" Erica, what did you make of all the criticism? I know you're also a Sex and the City fan.
Yeah, I think people just like to chime in on things that they likely wouldn't have liked or supported anyway. Obviously, everyone ages. We have followed this franchise through multiple chapters of these women's lives. So why would we stop now because there's gray hair? Like, I mean, everybody up here has gray hair, whether we choose to wear it out like that or not. I have found 5 new ones right here, so yes. Because we're aging, and the story doesn't stop just because we've gotten older. In fact, the whole thing has been a light into this dynamic of a friend group and all of the culture that has changed around them. Don't we want to see this through?
Yes.
I want to see it through.
I want to see it through, but what a double standard, because you rock your gray hair.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything about it except for compliments.
Did you ever have an agent or anybody say, hey, you might want to darken your hair or open up opportunities?
No, but I did. Before I got this job, I used to when I was in LA, because I went gray real early, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting jobs because I'm maybe aging. It's just I was terrible. So I just let it go out, and I just accepted it. It had nothing to do with it. What I want to get at is kind of what we were talking about before the show. It's like, why do we give so much credence to trolls online? Why are we doing stories? She looks beautiful. No, the majority of people, 90% of people are like, she looks great. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be, I'm so glad they're back. But when 10 people write in, it's like, oh, here's the story. She's got gray hair. Who cares what they say? They're running networks. They write into shows. They're running major corporations because a couple people, a minority group, is writing in, and now people are responding and obeying by their laws.
You know, since I brought it up and we talked about it during the break, and I'm listening to you talk, I do realize that this is how a lot of guys like us interact when we talk about this, is we can't believe that the other side exists. You go home to your beautiful wife and family and continue on with your life. I have female friends that are online that especially do talk about politics and things like that. And the abuse that women get online is staggering.
Right.
Death threats, everything, you know, and we've seen it with women we work with, women that are on this panel right now. And I think it's hard for guys like Jeff and I to understand, because that's not our world at all. I call him and talk about the Bears, but while we're doing that, there's a guy online telling Erica he's going to kill her.
Yeah.
And we have to be honest about that. That's why it's so hard for us.
That's such a small percentage, and I get affected by it, right? I have to go off social media because I get affected. SJP is affected. We're all affected in one way or the other.
But maybe it makes her feel better to respond. I know they say don't feed the trolls, but maybe once in a while
But that's all they want is response. They think she looks good too, and they just want a response. So they say something negative and mean, and then they have support in their own little crazy bubble that they live in.
Well, it's a good conversation. Coming up on DBL, we got Kathy Hilton here live. There she is.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to hear from the mother of the bride ahead of Paris Hilton's big day, and then everything that she is doing on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
All right, I kind of took that away from like the woman's point of view and just put it into social media like I do with every story. But it's so effective, you know, it's so effective, and it's such a small percentage of people that think that way, but they could get you fired from your job. They run networks, they run programming, they run how any big major network is running, because if you get enough people together, they think that's what the audience wants, and it's not.
I think, but what you're saying is like in a weird way, it's affecting everyone. Because it's just hard as guys like me and Jeff that obviously don't leave comments like that, but also it affects my co-hosts and how they feel about their safety, about how they feel about their self-esteem. I couldn't imagine like open up my comments and seeing like 100 comments about how I look. I don't think most men could deal with that.
That happened more to me when I co-hosted with Dr. Drew. We were prime time. It was on a network that everyone could watch, and they were all there to see him. They weren't there to see me. So I would receive a lot of hate nightly about. They just wanted to take out all their frustration on me. Why did I get that job? Am I sleeping with Dr. Drew? The answer is a big fat no. But of course, the trolls on social media wanted to somehow boil my role down being a co-host as somebody that slept my way to the top, and it affected me. Right. It affected me for 6 years. It really affected me.
It's such a cheap, like, I don't know why people think that that's like a cunning way to like get things across. Why is it always, who did you sleep with? Yeah. Like, that is such an old trope that people like to gravitate towards.
Women that said it too.
Oh, yeah. Let's not act like it's all coming from one. It comes from everywhere. I had somebody literally list like 10 different people that were like either former bosses, co-workers.
That you slept with?
10. I was like, I don't even know half of them, and that one wasn't great. No, I'm just kidding.
All the venues are getting booked up. I'm gonna end up getting married at like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Chuck E. Cheese actually is the best pizza in the world.
I know, I love it there.
This is like my wedding too. He just needs to stay in his lane.
Ooh, welcome back to DBL. She's had her hand in reality TV since it first took over the airwaves. And as the mother of Paris Hilton and sister to Real Housewives Kyle and Kim, she's found her lane as one of the, may I say, realest additions to the Beverly Hills cast. Kathy Hilton joins us live. Yeah. Great to see you again.
Well, thank you. That's a warm welcome.
Oh my gosh, we love it. We love that you're joining us yet again. Now, I have to ask you right off the top, the main drama, and I don't even know if I should call it drama because it's not petty, it's very serious, that happened this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, started when Erica Jane was confronted about her ex, Tom Girardi, who is accused of millions of dollars worth of fraud. So it all went down at Kyle's dinner party. I have to ask you, and in fact, a lot of our viewers wrote this very question in. They want to know, why did that moment bring you to tears?
I just was, I was new, and you know, I'm not on the show all the time, so I wasn't there for the meeting that all the girls had. I did not know a lot of the different things going on. I will look at you with my hand to God. I did not watch the movie that was about her or read anything. I don't know her that well, so and from what I knew, she seemed very sweet. I just was so sad, and I started to cry. It's around the holidays, and you're thinking about people, and that's all I'll say.
Kathy, girl, huge fan here. First of all, I'm Erica. I wanted to just clarify that because some people say that I look like your sister Kyle as well.
Oh, you do, Erica.
See, you know, I knew. So on a lighter note, you made viewers laugh out loud, myself included, this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's take a look.
But it's hard for me to sit there and pretend like everything's great and hunky-dory when it's not.
Who is hunky-dory?
Who's hunky-dory?
Can we look forward to seeing you hold a diamond next season?
Please.
Because currently you're featured as a friend.
You know what? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I could be, you know, skiing down Mount Everest. I have no idea really right now. I'm so busy with the wedding, and it's crazy. I had the best time though on the show. I really enjoyed my time, and I love the girls, and I love the crew. And by the way, I love the fans. These fans are just so, like, they love they know everything that's going on. They're sometimes funnier than the cast, and they just are very precious.
So, Kathy, you mentioned Paris. You must be very excited. She's getting married this Thursday on 11/11, and we can all tune in to watch. Is there a special reason why she picked that date, 11/11?
11/11 is since she was a young girl. It's a lucky day, she thinks, and I think so as well. 11/11. So she said, "I don't care where, but I'm getting married 11/11."
All right. And what are some of your favorite details about her wedding plans? You were talking about it earlier.
Well, you know, I feel because this is all so personal, and Paris did give me a chance to kind of add some different things that I thought were personal and that really were so sweet to me. In fact, I designed some beautiful, and I had several choices for her because we set all the table with the flowers. I put out 3 different tablecloths. And what I did was I went ahead and designed one with nuage. And it's called Claire Lace. And it happens to be very similar to this Oscar de la Renta beaded jacket.
Nice. Stunning.
So this is vintage too. But can you see the detail?
Absolutely.
Wow. That's a good little
that was
inside
the first one
scoop.
she went up to. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And then I'm making a big surprise for her.
What happened?
What is this? Oh no, we froze.
Oh, no. What was that? It was like a big reveal.
She was going to show us something big. I feel it.
I think she was trying to turn the volume up and she might have turned it off.
No, she was
But
going to show us something big. Darn it. Maybe we'll get her back.
Maybe.
Surprise.
Thank you, Kathy. I know you
Maybe
can't
it was
hear
David
us.
Copperfield's book.
That wasn't hunky dory.
Seeing Paris get married. DBL Nation, you can see more of Kathy in Paris in Love. It streams this Thursday on Peacock. Thanks to Kathy, and we'll be right back.
President Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are 2 indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S., the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE price index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify, no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Don't worry, everybody. We got Kathy back.
Yes,
I'm reading the
calm
comments.
yourself.
Kathy, everyone is asking, what was she going to show us? So before we lost you, I think you were going to show us something.
Well, I've got the best for last, but I'm going to tell you something in a minute, a secret. This is Mother of the Bride, my champagne.
Yes.
And we're doing a special drink, Moet Rose Imperial Champagne. And I wanted to have a little pink for Paris has got to have a little pink in her wedding, right? So we're doing 2 special cocktails, and one is going to have pink cotton candy.
Ooh.
Yum.
with the champagne.
Ooh.
Yes.
Did you come up with this?
And then you know what? I've seen it, I have to admit, but we're adding a couple little secret touches to it, which gives it even a little more fizz.
Ooh.
But I have seen the cotton candy before, and it is really pretty in the champagne glasses, which I designed. The Goddingers are very dear friends, old family friends, and I'd worked with them for years on different china pieces. So we designed a beautiful line, and it's gonna, all the table settings will be like beautiful china with scallop borders and scallop chargers, and the crystal is absolutely gorgeous. It's cut, and I'm just so happy that she went and picked everything that she loved. She saw other choices, and even the flatware. So we're very excited about that. And then you know how you're supposed to have something old?
Yes.
I am having something sewn into her wedding dress. That's going to be a big surprise.
Give us a little hint.
Is like a handkerchief? That's what I did.
No. Actually, I always give handkerchiefs.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
No. This is even more special.
What?
I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be very special.
We have to tune in.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's definitely not an old handkerchief.
What's wrong?
Absolutely.
Paris Hilton's going to have an old handkerchief sewn into
If
her
it
dress?
was her grandmother's, right, Kathy?
Good point.
Well, the grandmothers will be involved, and so will I. But the one thing I'm working on, and I want all of you out there to tell her,
yes,
write her on Instagram, she must spend the night here with us the night before.
Yes.
That's a
We're
tradition.
going to commercial. Thank you so much. Again, tune in to Paris in Love this Thursday on Peacock. Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
heard about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the anti-parasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify.
Our question comes from 13 on Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients. But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give a dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers.
I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
You had a question, Jeff had a question we were talking about in the break that would have been perfect.
Well, I was just wondering if the other housewives were all going to be invited. Because if you don't invite one, that's news.
Right. Well, that's the drama.
It
right
would
there.
create all of next season's drama. Who gets invited, who doesn't. I wish we would have asked that.
Speaking of drama, all the Aaron Rodgers drama, the Bears are playing tonight. If you want to jump on a bandwagon, go Bears.
That's right.
DBL's good. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
And throughout the pandemic, many of us have spent more time than ever on our phones to stay connected to loved ones. Well, while scrolling, you might have seen this tweet claiming if you constantly hold your phone with your pinky as an anchor, you risk injuring your wrist and ulnar nerve. So let's verify. Is it possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much? Our sources are Kaiser Permanente, Rush University System for Health, Dr. Jessica A. Frankenhoff, an orthopedic surgeon at Virginia Commonwealth University, and Dr. Daniel J. Giddings, an orthopedic surgeon at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Eye pain and neck strain are common when using a cell phone too much, according to Kaiser Permanente. But hand injuries, well, they can occur too. According to Kaiser Permanente, conditions like tendinitis and texting thumb, a term used when the thumb tendons become inflamed from texting too much, can be directly caused from cell phone overuse. But texting thumb and tendinitis are treatable, and permanent injuries, well, they're rare.
I've been in practice for 17 years now, and I've never had anybody come in saying that they needed or that they warranted any sort of intervention other than rest and maybe some hand therapy for a repetitive use injury.
And though nerve damage is possible, it would have to take many years of overuse for that to happen.
Overuse and certainly postural things that are chronically ongoing for long periods of time. These are all things that can contribute to these nerve entrapment syndromes.
So we can verify, yes, it is possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much. Kaiser Permanente says taking breaks and giving your hand a rest will help avoid these conditions. And to talk to your doctor if you experience any pain in your thumb, wrist, or hand. With your Verify, I'm Adiante Till.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
8 people are dead at a music festival as the crowd is crushed. Why didn't the show stop? People are taking sides in the Aaron Rodgers vaccine controversy as SNL takes a shot at him.
Told him, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
Real Housewife Kathy Hilton joins us live how she's preparing for daughter Paris's wedding day. And the legendary David Copperfield is also live with an illusion that will blow your mind. Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a
sham. No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, November 8th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Erica, and we have to talk about the horrific tragedy that happened in Houston at the Astroworld Festival featuring Travis Scott because 8 people lost their lives and dozens more were injured when crowds surged, crushing and trampling fans. Travis and Drake, who were also at the show performing, are being sued. During the concert, some fans attempted to get the attention of the staff, begging them to stop the show. In another video, you can see emergency personnel helping someone while Travis Scott continued to perform. Travis released a video statement after the tragedy.
I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience.
Kylie Jenner was also at the show on Friday night with their 3-year-old daughter, Stormy. In a statement, Kylie said, quote, "I want to make it clear we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing." And at one point during the show, Travis did stop and seemed to react to an ambulance that was trying to get through the crowd. But then he continued to perform. There are reports that say the show went on for nearly 40 minutes while police and firefighters responded to the emergency. All right, Eric, if you go online, you see everybody's pointing fingers. And I just want to take a beat and just acknowledge that there are 8 families out there that are absolutely in the worst turmoil that anybody can imagine. And our thoughts and prayers, as shallow as that might sound when someone's in the depths of despair, our thoughts and prayers are with those families. What do we do about this with everybody pointing fingers?
You know, I think anytime you have an event like this, 50,000 people, there are so many people and so many companies that have to come together to make this a successful product for the people who are paying for the show. If one of those entities decides to rebuke the protocol or to allow things to happen that aren't a part of those safety measures, that's problematic. And all of these people are working together as a team. So when you're looking at some of the lawsuits that are coming out now, there's a reason why so many people are being held accountable. I think the big thing that Travis Scott has really going against him, other than this video footage, which does not look great, is the fact that he's been arrested twice before for instructing his fans to blow past security, blow past the barricades, and rage. There's a reason why there are protocols in place for things like this, and there has to be other people holding him as the voice accountable so that everybody can be accountable to the safety of everyone there.
Well, see, I look at it the other way, Erica, because I get exactly what you're saying, but I would say, okay, if this performer has a past history of encouraging people to rush the door, I would say hire 2 security firms. Hire the best one. I don't understand.
Because why would that make a difference? Though?
Because that's their job. When you open up your business that says Sam Security, your job is saying, we specialize in big concerts, and this is what we do. You can't then say, well, he sent a tweet and we didn't know what to do.
No, I understand that, but when he's on stage, you know, saying expletives and throwing up his middle finger to security. And again, I want to have empathy even for Travis Scott in this situation, even though I do find him to be somewhat culpable and responsible. I can't imagine having that on your shoulders for the rest of your life. So I just want to preface that. But if you're saying those things, and if you have a history, if it's 1 security team or 3 security teams, they're going to listen to the person that they idolize. They're not going to have any regard for the security.
You shouldn't, as a security team, and Jeff, back me up on this, as a security team, say what you want, you don't have to back me up.
I got you.
As a security team, you shouldn't be depending on what the artist is saying to control the situation. Your job is to secure the situation. That is their job. That is why they are getting paid. Whatever Travis Scott is doing is besides the point. And when we start blaming the artist, the person on stage, that's going to open up a lot of things, because there have been tragedies at the 1999 Woodstock Festival. There was tragedies at the Great White concert that cost over 100 lives.
Right.
So anytime, let's be honest here. We have 50,000 people. They are all on some kind of substance.
Well, we don't know that because there was a lot of teenagers. And
you've been to concerts.
I have.
Okay,
and I've been
so
to
we
a
have
lot
to be
of
honest
concerts
about
with
what's going
mosh
on.
pits. I've been a lot of concerts where there's mayhem. And guess what? I have seen the lead singers of Metallica, of Slayer, of Bad Brains, of Rage Against the Machine interrupt and say, stop, pick up that person. Or somebody lost their glasses, pick up those glasses. But that's not their job. That's not their job. I disagree. I want to show Jeff this video, and then I want to hear from Jeff, and you can take the rest of the floor.
Hey, yo, hold up. We got a little problem up here.
Pick him up right
Everybody
now.
up. We gotta look out for safety first, for real. Nobody gets hurt.
When someone falls, what do? That's right, people.
So that's at a Lincoln Park show. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I don't know if one security could handle 50,000 people rushing a stage. I don't know what security could do that, right? I think the artist bears some responsibility, but watching that documentary, you mentioned the Woodstock one. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were inciting violence. You know, Fred Durst at the time was like singing that "Give Me Some of the Break." They were lighting things on fire. People were getting assaulted sexually. Mm-hmm. but there is no precedent of them getting blamed personally for that. So I don't know about the precedents if Travis Scott and Drake are to blame, or if it's a Live Nation thing, or if it's a security thing. There's a lot to unpack here. I do want to say on Travis Scott's behalf, he said he's paying for all the funeral services.
Yeah,
and he did seem sincere as an apology. But was he culpable of anything? I don't know.
Right, and I believe he was sincere in his apology too. And I know that at some point we are going to want to read some of the victims, right? Okay, so we will acknowledge those people, and again, our thoughts and prayers with every single one of them and their family and their friends. Coming up on DBL, David Copperfield is here live, and guess what? He's going to blow your mind with some magic. Do not go anywhere. We are back in just minutes. There he is!
I should have worn that today.
Closed captioning provided by
which he is filming the interview from his private island, which is a follow-up question to him being an introvert. I think you have that one, Erica. He's performing because he does like 15 shows at MGM a week, which is insane.
Which he doesn't need to.
Which he doesn't need to.
I know.
So what keeps him
Right.
going,
But
right?
you've been in that private
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You've been in that
And
private
then
room
his
with David
book,
Copperfield.
and then he's going to do a live illusion for us in the
It's
Seawalk.
10 times the size of this room.
Oh, that's my question, but you've been in there.
Oh, yeah, many times.
Okay, okay.
So-
I'll drop your.
So Chris, I think
Have you been to a David Copperfield show, anybody?
Where's what book?
No, yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't. No. Oh, I love magic shows, though. I love magic. I've never even been to the Magic Castle.
I know, you need an invite there. It's a place in Los Angeles.
It's in LA, and it's like all the big magicians go. You need an invitation. I've never went, but they do magic like in every room. You have drinks, dinner. You ever hear of it? The Magic Castle?
Yeah.
I'm apparently not up on my magic.
Come on, Erica.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Do you like magic, though? Like when they do tricks and stuff?
Yeah, I like to see a good show.
You don't sound enthused.
I've got to prep Erica on something, so if you don't mind, you can...
So are you into magic? I love like card tricks. I like just simple things at a party. I feel like it's so cool if someone could do like a little magic.
It's a weird thing, but like I don't know if you've been to the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach, but they do a really cool thing where they'll have like 6 comics, and then they'll do a magician, and then 2 more comics, and then a magician that'll do like 8 to 10 minutes. And it goes really well with comedy. You would think like you need to be all magic or all comedy, but magic and comedy, almost more than comedy and singing, works really well together.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's just another form of entertainment. But you could do, if you learn just a couple tricks, I know a couple card tricks.
Right.
So whenever someone's doing a trick, I could do like 1 or 2.
Right.
And it's just fun.
It works. And you know what? Also with magic, a lot of magicians are kind of comics too. They have funny lines that
Well,
they
they're
throw
performing,
in.
for
Yeah,
sure,
so
right?
it's like they kind of like are in our neighborhood a little bit. I'm like, hey, don't laugh at that. That's too funny. Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Exactly.
Oh, do we? Wow. Legend. He has made the Statue of Liberty disappear, walked through the Great Wall of China, and has always made the impossible somehow seem possible. You know and love this household name. Please welcome to DBL the legendary magician, David Copperfield.
Yes.
We are so ecstatic to have you here. We also have your incredible book. But David, if a magician never reveals his secrets, I gotta know, how did you yourself learn magic, especially because before the internet, I mean, now you can just Google a trick, you can YouTube it. There was none of that ever existed. So what did you do?
Well, I started as a ventriloquist, as your producer Bert DeBrown knows, by idolizing a guy named Paul Winchell, who was our mutual hero. And I really was bad as a ventriloquist, so I started doing magic. And I found a shop that I recreated here called Tannen's in New York.
Wow.
And I went to the shop that I've kind of recreated in this location here, and fell in love. This is a place where you come and you see Orson Welles working on magic, and Johnny Carson working on magic, or J.J. Abrams. In fact, he has a whole TED Talk about the mystery box and going to this exact store as a kid, and how it informed his storytelling and, you know, Star Wars and all that. It all began with the passion for this amazing art that magic is.
And how old were you at the time?
I was about 8 years old, you know, but I was, you know, I was bad at everything else, including ventriloquism. But magic I was good at. You know, I invented new magic, and I invented my first illusion when I was a kid. I was 12 years old, and that illusion ended up being in a very important series of books called The Tarbell Course in Magic, which is a whole bunch. So my trick called Mento Pen, there I am as a ventriloquist. See? You can tell I was a bad ventriloquist just from that shot. But that's my Jerry Mahoney dummy.
Wow.
And right in front of my house. And that spot is where the bus would come from New Jersey, right in that spot. And you'd go to New York. And my parents let me go to New York as a kid, even though New York was this crazy crime place at that time. It's gotten a lot better, thankfully, but they let me go. And I went to the magic shop, and I went to all the Broadway shows, and had a passion for both storytelling and magic, and that's what I do.
Wow. David, your aura, just like the way you talk, is very like, I feel like you're doing something on me right now. I don't even, it's just like your aura.
Captivating.
It's wonderful. All right, so you've got your own.
Thank you. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
And he hasn't aged.
I know. Something that you're just standing there and I'm drawn in. Like the way, like, I got to work on that, my presence. Like.
And what skincare cream is he using?
I don't know. He's got a lot of secrets. Okay. So speaking of secrets, you got your own secret museum, which isn't public, but like you mentioned, our EP, Bert, has been there. Will it ever be open to the public, David?
We do exhibitions outside of the museum. I take these artifacts and I'll do displays in New York museums, all over the world. But the book, actually, because I can't do tours for the public in this museum because there's so many secrets involved, that we wrote this book. And this book is right there, is an amazing book that gives people a personal tour of the museum. And it's an amazing, I'm going to pitch it now. It's an amazing coffee table book, great Christmas gift. Buy 10, give it to your family. It's great. And they're really, really proud. Beautiful pictures in it, and amazing stories of the great masters that came before me.
I love the idea that you're just curating how to share it, because that space is so sacred. It's like you have to protect that energy. You know, people bring in a lot of energy. You got to keep that protected. So you said magic was the way of communicating and being accepted. Would you consider yourself to be an introvert?
I think, you know, all of us are looking for a way to express ourselves. We all have that need to feel special and to communicate. Magic was my way. Magic was the thing that in school, when the baseball wasn't that great. I wasn't horrible. Wasn't that great. You know, the soccer, not that great. But I did magic, and kids said, oh, okay, you're pretty cool. So it was a motivation for me to keep going. And a lot of people in this book actually came from very simple beginnings and had to use magic as a way of fitting in and being accepted. And we all find our paths. Sometimes it's sports for some people, but like all you really beautiful people on the panel there, handsome and beautiful people, you found a way of communicating, right? That's why Bert Dubrow, has you working there, right? Because you're able to communicate your aura. Magic was my way because, it was just my way of doing it. That's a way of fitting in.
So you're kind of like a rare person these days, and because everything's so transparent. You keep things really private. Is that why you needed a private island to control that energy and make sure that you can continue like being, a little bit more to yourself?
Well, actually, we share it. We have guests there right now. We charter it out. I create amazing experiences. Look at that on the sandbar, a lunch on the sandbar. It's an amazing place that we charter for one group at a time. And it's called Musha Key in the islands of Copperfield Bay. And we do treasure hunts, we do James Bond experiences. If you were a magician and were to have 11 islands, what would you do? And I really created, it's an amazing palette to kind of do my paintings, my storytelling paintings live for people. And it's an amazing opportunity for me.
Goodness. We've got Bert Dubrow here in studio, and Bert, we're going to organize a little group vacation to his island, right, Bert? Bert's shaking his head.
We can't afford it.
Oh, we can't afford it. Darn. Okay. David, we do have to go to break. To the viewers out there, stick around, because when we come back, David has some magic in store for us.
I have it.
Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are two indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S., the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE price index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify, no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Welcome back, and we are here with David Copperfield, aka the greatest and most successful magician in the world.
Yes.
Now, you have a question.
And I have to, you've been performing for 50 years, and you do 15 shows a week. I really thought when I read that you were going to say a year, 15 a week. So you've clearly reached success beyond anybody's imagination. So why are you still doing this? Why are you on our show right now? Now I'm happy you are. I just don't know. I would be on my private island saying, miss me with all your calls, but he's here. So why are you still doing this?
I like it.
That's awesome. It's simple. Yeah.
I enjoy what I do. I'm very lucky, Preparing new and creating new illusions takes a lot of work and is not that easy. But performing, doing shows, is kind of a joy. You watch people really happy to be there. They really need to be amazed. And today we really need to dream and think about possibilities, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy it. So that's why I do 2 shows every night and 3 shows on Saturday, no days off, and then I have 10 weeks off a year, which I go to the islands to kind of hang out and create new things. So
I love that.
I like
they say when you love what you do, it's not a job. So there you go. And speaking of your,
that's not how it goes at all.
That's not how it goes.
You don't work a day in your life or something like.
Well,
you got the gist
of it. Meant. David understood exactly what I meant. And David, you mentioned.
I got your back.
Oh, he does have my back. There you go. So David, you mentioned your book being a really good coffee table book. I'm a sucker for coffee table books. I just want our viewers to know how heavy this is and big. It's a really great book. Stop it, Al.
And affordable.
Yes. Okay. Let's get back to your book, David Copperfield's History of Magic. You bring us into a world of illusion. What were you most excited to show your readers about your very secretive world?
It's an amazing amount of lives and stories. All of these ladies and gentlemen who perform magic have amazing stories that you can really relate to. And besides having, tons of incredible pictures of the museum in there, there is incredible stories about the trials and tribulations that people can really see themselves in. So it's not just a secret world that also is something that people can really get a lot out of, and a lot of inspiration in that book.
Well, of course, you obviously have been influenced by other people like ventriloquists like Paul Winchell to magicians like John Mulholland. So who would you say have you been your biggest idols?
Mostly we talk about my idols being Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and Frank Sinatra and Walt Disney and filmmakers, because that really led my career in the direction it is, which is storytelling and magic and emotion. Frank Capra, I got to collaborate with Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life on the Statue of Liberty Vanish. I worked with Francis Ford Coppola on the Broadway show that we did. As far as magicians goes, they say you stand on the shoulders of giants. And there's a guy named Channing Pollock who I admired very much, who was elegant and handsome and was able to do effortless sleight of hand. A guy named Robert Houdin, who Houdini took his name from, invented a lot of magic. And I possess most of his things here in the museum. And he invented the first smart home. When you go to a grocery store and the door opens up mechanically, we take it for granted. But that was a magic effect. That was a magic trick at the time. And he did it as a thing. And now it's in every grocery store. I think robots and technology came from magic, automatons. And so much of magic has influenced popular culture, but also art and science and innovation. So really proud of it.
David, we know you're a busy guy. Is there anything you could show us before we let you go?
A little magic?
Free show. Yes, I'm going to blow your mind.
All right.
I'm going to blow your mind right now. This blows my mind because when I was a kid, I couldn't afford this. This is something I could not afford, and it comes from a magic shop like this. Empty tube, and a little tray here. Put this like this. I need that little flower there. Nice. We have a natural, normal flower. Oh my God.
Oh, is that for me?
It is for you. You have to share.
Oh, yes, I always share, right, boys? And Erica?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Everything's like kind of
it's very
weird underlining tone
it was
around
weird
here,
with the book, and then the flowers just put over the top.
Okay, David, you'll have to
see that look? See that look?
I know. Look,
we're all hypnotized.
That's my favorite rest.
He's piercing our souls as we speak. David, thank you so much. It was such an honor to have you on DBL.
I cannot wait to
share your passion for the power of magic. You can pick up a copy of David's new book, David Copperfield's History of Magic. You can get them wherever books are sold. Thank you so much, David.
Thank
have a
you,
great
David.
day. We'll be right back.
Take care.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
heard about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the anti-parasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify.
Our question comes from 13 on Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients. But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give a dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers.
I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Okay, a lot of you are talking about David Copperfield and how nostalgic and great it is to see him. Donnie says, David Copperfield will always hold a special place in my heart because he was the magician that I grew up with and my parents watched all of his specials. If you are leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Pete Davidson played Aaron Rodgers on SNL this weekend, but he wasn't the only one throwing shots. The latest on the vaccine controversy dividing fans. And Sarah Jessica Parker stands up for her aging body. The misogynistic comments she's calling out on the Sex and the City reboot.
And throughout the pandemic, many of us have spent more time than ever on our phones to stay connected to loved ones. Well, while scrolling, you might have seen this tweet claiming if you constantly hold your phone with your pinky as an anchor, you risk injuring your wrist and ulnar nerve. So let's verify. Is it possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much? Our sources are Kaiser Permanente, Rush University System for Health, Dr. Jessica A. Frankenhoff, an orthopedic surgeon at Virginia Commonwealth University, and Dr. Daniel J. Giddings, an orthopedic surgeon at the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Eye pain and neck strain are common when using a cell phone too much, according to Kaiser Permanente. But hand injuries, well, they can occur too. According to Kaiser Permanente, conditions like tendinitis and texting thumb, a term used when the thumb tendons become inflamed from texting too much, can be directly caused from cell phone overuse. But texting thumb and tendinitis are treatable, and permanent injuries, well, they're rare.
I've been in practice for 17 years now, and I've never had anybody come in saying that they needed or that they warranted any sort of intervention other than rest and maybe some hand therapy for a repetitive use injury.
And though nerve damage is possible, it would have to take many years of overuse for that to happen.
Overuse and certainly postural things that are chronically ongoing for long periods of time. These are all things that can contribute to these nerve entrapment syndromes.
So we can verify, yes, it is possible to get a hand injury from holding your cell phone too much. Kaiser Permanente says taking breaks and giving your hand a rest will help avoid these conditions. And to talk to your doctor if you experience any pain in your thumb, wrist, or hand. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff, Al, and Erica. So NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers still is coming under fire after he revealed he wasn't vaccinated. Of course, this is all after he claimed he was immunized. Speaking on the Pat McAfee show, Aaron said he did not get the vaccine because of health concerns.
I was trying to be discreet and put our books away, and then my huge head dipped in the script.
It's okay, Al.
I was trying to be a good co-host, and look at me now.
Take a look.
I'm not, some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body.
But SNL could not resist taking some shots at Aaron with Pete Davidson playing the quarterback. Take a look.
Did you ever lie about being vaccinated?
I never lied. I took all my teammates into a huddle, got all their faces 3 inches away from my wet mouth, and told them, trust me, I'm more or less immunized. Go team.
And on Sunday, Terry Bradshaw and Michael Strahan also called Aaron out for essentially lying about his vaccination status. Listen to what they had to say.
Stand immunized. What you were doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks, that's what it is. We've got players that pretty much think only about themselves, and I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
In the grand scheme of things, it's deceptive and it's wrong, and the presentation that he did not help.
Well, there you go. What do you think, Jeff?
You could kiss that Jeopardy job goodbye because they run a tight ship over there, so I'll never be hired for that job. Listen, I think it's ironic because the very reason he quote-unquote lied about being immunized because he didn't want to be a distraction. And now it's the exact thing he didn't want to happen. That's all people are talking about. That's all they ask about his team. And he's in the position where he didn't want to be. So that's I find that a little ironic. Listen, there is no protocol in the NFL to be vaccinated, but there are other protocols in place saying if you're not vaccinated, you do have to wear a mask to these places and show up to press conferences wearing a mask. That's where he's wrong. He did not do that. There is precedence for that, right? I don't know. When he brought up the fertility thing, too, I thought that was interesting because if I was trying to get pregnant, and even though there's no science behind it, I would bring up maybe, hey, I don't know if I want to get this vaccine because of fertility reasons, right? If I'm spending tens of thousands of dollars trying to get pregnant, again, no science behind it. It's an interesting argument that he brings up.
Yeah. He should have consulted with his doctor, though, and I know he did. I wish he would have just said that. I wish he would.
And I'm bringing up the other side.
Of course.
Yes. Jeff, and I appreciate that, and you're right. And he did consult with his doctor, and I think everybody is saying consult with your doctor. Talk to your girl or your wife, but also tell us so we can make some decisions. And we're close enough on the panel now. It wasn't too long ago. We had glass dividers. Jeff, you played football. Your brother played pro ball. When you're in the huddle, not only are you talking to each other like we are, I'm assuming if you're running your plays right, taking in big breaths because you're tired. I'm tired, so I'm letting out more breath than I normally would, which I would assume, and I would ask Dr. Kohler this, is even more dangerous. So I think a lot of things is like you're going home to your kid, husband, 2 children, 3 children. So you make whatever decision you want, but don't use some weird wording where now I can't make an informed decision either.
But there's other players out there that aren't vaccinated. Right. It's not mandated in the NFL.
Yeah, but they do the protocol. They wear the mask.
Right. And now we're hearing from other NFL teams that are very upset with the double standard that Aaron Rodgers is being held to. I mean, we're talking about, he brought up critical thinking, and it's like, for someone who thinks critically, you didn't see this through. You know, you are a celebrated superstar in the NFL. You can't, like, we've had this conversation, I've seen it on social media. If you choose to be unvaccinated, you can't do unvaccinated things. So if there was a protocol in place by the NFL on what to do if you choose not to be vaccinated, then why weren't you complying there? And I think that's the issue that has really gotten them into hot water.
So well said. Okay, so does Kanye West have a new lady in his life? Well, he was spotted. Did you guys hear Al?
Oh, yeah. All right.
So
you're excited.
Wow. Kanye was spotted at a basketball game in Minneapolis, sitting courtside with 22-year-old model Venetria. According to Page 6, the two have been, quote, hooking up for a while. Now, it claims she was with him during his podcast interview last month and was seen at Kanye's Sunday service last weekend. This comes on the heels of news that Kanye's ex, Kim K, is reportedly dating Pete Davidson. All right.
Al, you had a reaction, buddy.
Go for it.
I would say, look, I had thought for a while that he had moved on. And it's clear that he has. But again, it's this weird thing where these older guys are going after a 22-year-old, which I think is a strange
Kim's, I think Pete Davidson's like 25. Kim's right there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's young. 26, maybe 27.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Erica, does that make you think differently about any of this? What about the fact that, Pete is 27. What about the fact that we just heard Kanye say on that podcast that he wants to get back together and he's still married with Kim, and she was apparently
I already told you that was, I said, hey, we have all had a Kanye moment in our lives where somebody walked out the door, decided that this wasn't it. You get yourself together, host SNL, all of a sudden we got to get back together.
and date someone else, right?
Right.
Exactly. Jeff, you're kind of mum on this.
Is it? Well, I mean, who cares? But is this going to push like Pete Davidson and Kim over? To come out and say they were officially dating?
I think it
there's
frees
been
them up.
discrepancies on here. Me and Al think they're going to get together. Are you on board that they're going to get together?
And I don't think Pete has a say. I think whenever Kim's camp says we can be public, then they're going to be public. I'm sure Pete wants to say
this might push him over the edge.
And maybe they're not public yet. Maybe
Well,
they're
going
just
out
still
to dinner in public. Give me a break.
That doesn't mean you're
Hold hands.
together for life because you've
I
shared a
never
couple
said
meals.
for
I'm just
life.
saying you might want to not make a formal announcement until you figure out what you guys are.
I think going out holding hands in public, that's my informal announcement.
No, you need use your words.
Okay.
Decide it. Are we together
You
or
don't need
not?
to. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Boom. Thanks, Kelly.
That was the first quote you got right like in 2001 or 2000.
But then pointed to Kelly like she was like,
no, I screwed up.
2001.
No, 2021.
You're bringing it way back. Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So Sarah Jessica Parker is responding to criticism about the Sex and the City reboot. SJP appears on the cover of the December issue of Vogue. She told the magazine that there has been some misogynistic chatter online about her and her co-stars. For one, she said some have called her out for sporting her gray hair in some scenes. Others say the women, who are all in their 50s, are too old to be reprising their roles. SJP responded by saying, quote, "I know what I look like. I have no choice. What am I going to do about it? Stop aging? Disappear?" Erica, what did you make of all the criticism? I know you're also a Sex and the City fan.
Yeah, I think people just like to chime in on things that they likely wouldn't have liked or supported anyway. Obviously, everyone ages. We have followed this franchise through multiple chapters of these women's lives. So why would we stop now because there's gray hair? Like, I mean, everybody up here has gray hair, whether we choose to wear it out like that or not. I have found 5 new ones right here, so yes. Because we're aging, and the story doesn't stop just because we've gotten older. In fact, the whole thing has been a light into this dynamic of a friend group and all of the culture that has changed around them. Don't we want to see this through?
Yes.
I want to see it through.
I want to see it through, but what a double standard, because you rock your gray hair.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything about it except for compliments.
Did you ever have an agent or anybody say, hey, you might want to darken your hair or open up opportunities?
No, but I did. Before I got this job, I used to when I was in LA, because I went gray real early, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting jobs because I'm maybe aging. It's just I was terrible. So I just let it go out, and I just accepted it. It had nothing to do with it. What I want to get at is kind of what we were talking about before the show. It's like, why do we give so much credence to trolls online? Why are we doing stories? She looks beautiful. No, the majority of people, 90% of people are like, she looks great. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be, I'm so glad they're back. But when 10 people write in, it's like, oh, here's the story. She's got gray hair. Who cares what they say? They're running networks. They write into shows. They're running major corporations because a couple people, a minority group, is writing in, and now people are responding and obeying by their laws.
You know, Ev, since I brought it up and we talked about it during the break, and I'm listening to you talk, I do realize that this is how a lot of guys like us interact when we talk about this, is we can't believe that the other side exists. You go home to your beautiful wife and family and continue on with your life. I have female friends that are online that especially do talk about politics and things like that. And the abuse that women get online is staggering.
Right.
Death threats, everything, you know, and we've seen it with women we work with, women that are on this panel right now. And I think it's hard for guys like Jeff and I to understand, because that's not our world at all. I call him and talk about the Bears, but while we're doing that, there's a guy online telling Erica he's going to kill her.
Yeah.
And we have to be honest about that. That's why it's so hard for us.
That's such a small percentage, and I get affected by it, right? I have to go off social media because I get affected. SJP is affected. We're all affected in one way or the other.
But maybe it makes her feel better to respond. I know they say don't feed the trolls, but maybe once in a while
But that's all they want is
response.
response. They think she looks good too, and they just want a response. So they say something negative and mean, and then they have support in their own little crazy bubble that they live in.
Well, it's a good conversation. Coming up on DBL, we got Kathy Hilton here live. There she is.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to hear from the mother of the bride ahead of Paris Hilton's big day, and then everything that she is doing on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
All right, I kind of took that away from like the woman's point of view and just put it into social media like I do with every story. But it's so effective, you know. It's so effective, and it's such a small percentage of people that think that way. But they could get you fired from your job. They run networks. They run programming. They run how any big major network is running, because if you get enough people together, they think that's what the audience wants, and it's not.
I think, but what you're saying is like in a weird way, it's affecting everyone. Because it's just hard as guys like me and Jeff that obviously don't leave comments like that, but also it affects my co-hosts and how they feel about their safety, about how they feel about their self-esteem. I couldn't imagine like open up my comments and seeing like 100 comments about how I look. I don't think most men could deal with that.
That
but I
happened
think
more to me on when I co-hosted with Dr. Drew. We were prime time. It was on a network that everyone could watch, and they were all there to see him. They weren't there to see me. So I would receive a lot of hate nightly about, they just wanted to take out all their frustration on me. Why did I get that job? Am I sleeping with Dr. Drew? The answer is a big fat no. But of course, the trolls on social media wanted to somehow boil my role down being a co-host as somebody that slept my way to the top. And it affected me. Right. It affected me. For 6 years, it really affected me.
It's such a cheap, like, I don't know why people think that that's like a cunning way to like get things across. Why is it always, who did you sleep with? Yeah. Like, that is such an old trope that people like to gravitate towards.
Women that said it too.
Oh, yeah. Let's not act like it's all coming from one. It comes from everywhere. I had somebody literally list like 10 different people that were like either former bosses, co-workers.
You slept with?
10. I was like, I don't even know half of them, and that one wasn't great. No, I'm just kidding.
All the venues are getting booked up. I'm gonna end up getting married at like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Chuck E. Cheese actually is the best pizza in the world.
I know, I love it there.
This is like my wedding too. He just needs to stay in his lane.
Ooh, welcome back to DBL. She's had her hand in reality TV since it first took over the airwaves. And as the mother of Paris Hilton and sister to Real Housewives Kyle and Kim, she's found her lane as one of the, may I say, realest additions to the Beverly Hills cast. Kathy Hilton joins us live. Yeah. Great to see you again.
Well, thank you. That's a warm welcome.
Oh my gosh, we love it. We love that you're joining us yet again. Now, I have to ask you right off the top, the main drama, and I don't even know if I should call it drama because it's not petty, it's very serious, that happened this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, started when Erica Jane was confronted about her ex, Tom Girardi, who is accused of millions of dollars worth of fraud. So it all went down at Kyle's dinner party. I have to ask you, and in fact, a lot of our viewers wrote this very question in. They want to know, why did that moment bring you to tears?
I just was, I was new, and you know, I'm not on the show all the time, so I wasn't there for the meeting that all the girls had. I did not know a lot of the different things going on. I will look at you with my hand to God. I did not watch the movie that was about her or read anything. I don't know her that well, so and from what I knew, she seemed very sweet. I just was so sad, and I started to cry. It's around the holidays, and you're thinking about people, and that's all I'll say.
Kathy, girl, huge fan here. First of all, I'm Erica. I wanted to just clarify that because some people say that I look like your sister Kyle as well.
Oh, you do, Erica.
You know, I knew. So on a lighter note, you made viewers laugh out loud, myself included, this season on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's take a look.
But it's hard for me to sit there and pretend like everything's great and hunky-dory when it's not.
Who is hunky-dory?
I'm hunky-dory.
So Can we look forward to seeing you hold a diamond next season?
Please.
Because currently you're featured as a friend.
You know what? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I could be, skiing down Mount Everest. I have no idea really right now. I'm so busy with the wedding and it's crazy. I had the best time though on the show. I really enjoyed my time and I love the girls and I love the crew. And by the way, I love the fans. These fans are just so, like, they love they know everything that's going on. They're sometimes funnier than the cast and they just are very precious.
So Kathy, you mentioned Paris. You must be very excited. She's getting married this Thursday on 11/11, and we can all tune in to watch. Is there a special reason why she picked that date, 11/11?
11/11 is since she was young girl. It's a lucky day, she thinks, and I think so as well. 11/11. So she said, I don't care where, but I'm getting married 11/11.
All right. And what are some of your favorite details about her wedding plans? You were talking about it earlier.
Well, I feel because this is all so personal, and Paris did give me a chance to kind of add some different things that I thought were personal and that really were so sweet to me. In fact, I designed some beautiful, and I had several choices for her because we set all the table with the flowers. I put out 3 different tablecloths. And what I did was I went ahead and designed one with nuage. And it's called Claire Lace. And it happens to be very similar to this Oscar de la Renta beaded jacket.
Nice. Ooh. Stunning.
So this is vintage too. But can you see the detail?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a good little
that was
inside
the first
scoop.
one she went up to.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. And then I'm making a big surprise for her.
What happened?
What is this? Oh no, we froze.
Oh, no. What was that? It was like a big reveal.
She was going to show us something big. I feel it.
I think she was trying to turn the volume up and she might have turned it off.
No, she was going to show us something big. Darn it. Maybe we'll get her back.
Maybe.
Surprise.
Thank you, Kathy. I know you
Maybe
can't
it was
hear
David
us.
Copperfield's book.
That wasn't hunky dory.
To seeing Paris get married. DBL Nation, you can see more of Kathy in Paris in Love. It streams this Thursday on Peacock. Thanks to Kathy, and we'll be right back.
President Biden made a comparison to last Thanksgiving and claimed wages have grown more than inflation in the United States.
This Thanksgiving, we're all in a very different circumstance. Things are a hell of a lot better, and the wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation, and we have generated real economic growth.
So let's verify. Have wages grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving? Our sources are the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the U.S. It defines inflation as, quote, the increase in prices of goods and services over time, unquote. There are 2 indexes widely used to measure inflation in the U.S., the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, and the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. The CPI reflects out-of-pocket expenditures of all urban households, while the PCE Price Index also includes goods and services purchased on behalf of households. That includes things like medical care services paid for by an employer and by the government. The Federal Reserve says it tracks the CPI, but primarily measures inflation by the PCE Price Index. So we're going to use that. To measure the change in wages, Verify analyzed the Bureau of Labor Statistics data of average hourly earnings for private workers. We compared the rise in inflation with the rise in wages from November 2020 through September 2021. According to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, average wages rose from $29.61 an hour in November of 2020 to $30.85 an hour in September of 2021. That's a 4.18% increase. Data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis shows that the PCE price index increased 4.33% in the same time frame. So while wages have increased since last Thanksgiving, we can verify no, wages have not grown more than inflation since last Thanksgiving.
Don't worry, everybody. We got Kathy back.
Yes,
I'm reading the
calm
comments.
yourself.
Kathy, everyone is asking, what was she going to show us? So before we lost you, I think you were going to show us something.
Well, I've got the best for last, but I'm going to tell you something in a minute, a secret. This is Mother of the Bride, my champagne.
Yes.
And we're doing a special drink, Moet Rose Imperial Champagne. And I wanted to have a little pink for Paris has got to have a little pink in her wedding, right? So we're doing 2 special cocktails, and one is going to have pink cotton candy.
Ooh. Yum.
With the champagne.
Ooh.
Yes.
Did you come up with this?
And then you know what? I've seen it, I have to admit, but we're adding a couple little secret touches to it, which gives it even a little more fizz.
Ooh.
But I have seen the cotton candy before, and it is really pretty in the champagne glasses, which I designed. The Goddingers are very dear friends, old family friends, and I'd worked with them for years on different china pieces. So we designed a beautiful line, and it's going to, all the table settings will be like beautiful china with scallop borders and scallop chargers, and the crystal is absolutely gorgeous. It's cut, and I'm just so happy that she went and picked everything that she loved. She saw other choices, and even the flatware. So we're very excited about that. And then you know how you're supposed to have something old?
Yes.
I am having something sewn into her wedding dress. That's going to be a big surprise.
Give us a little hint.
Is like a handkerchief? That's what I did.
No. Actually, I always give handkerchiefs.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
No. This is even more special.
What?
I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be very special.
We have to tune in.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's definitely not an old handkerchief.
What's wrong?
Absolutely.
Paris Hilton's going to have an old handkerchief sewn into her
If it
dress?
was her grandmother's, right, Kathy?
Good point.
Well, the grandmothers will be involved, and so will I. But the one thing I'm working on, and I want all of you out there to tell her,
yes,
write her on Instagram, she must spend the night here with us the night before.
Yes.
That's a tradition.
Going to commercial. Thank you so much. Again, tune in to Paris and Love this Thursday on Peacock. Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
about ivermectin in November of 2020. A doctor in Egypt stated the anti-parasitic helped COVID patients stay alive. This report was retracted in July. Do these studies promoting ivermectin have any merit? Let's verify.
Our question comes from 13 On Your Side viewer Nancy. She wrote, ivermectin has been used for decades and is used successfully to treat COVID patients. But is that true? Our sources for the story are the FDA, the CDC, the WHO, Dr. Del DeHart, University of Michigan's Health West infectious disease physician, and an article by James Heathers, Chief Scientific Officer at Cypher Skin.
Drugs that aren't the vaccine, are those supposed to work for COVID?
One thing we all need to be very careful about is the sell on late night TV about this worked for me, and that's never a way to do science.
The FDA and CDC say ivermectin is approved to treat parasitic worms and head lice, not a virus. The two organizations in the WHO say getting the COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to limit the spread of COVID-19. Dr. DeHart joins the groups and says drugs like ivermectin aren't authorized or approved for use in preventing or treating COVID-19 in humans or animals, because data simply does not show ivermectin as effective in treating COVID.
If you give massive doses of ivermectin in cell culture, you can show a very minor difference in how much COVID can infect cells. But you'd have to give it dump truck of ivermectin to get that level into people, and it would kill you before it would help.
Dr. DeHart says he fights against misinformation, much like researcher Heathers. Heathers confirmed that his team analyzed the existing ivermectin studies. A minimum of 5 were inaccurate, with 1 being withdrawn. He notes that the ones that come to a clear consensus of ivermectin works are faulty and shouldn't have been published. So no, ivermectin has not been shown to be effective in fighting or curing COVID, and scientific articles that have implied so have been discredited by scientists, doctors, and researchers.
I want to be very clear. You can also overdose on ivermectin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and allergic reactions. In more serious cases, seizure, coma, and even death. Doctors urge to only take the approved medicine.
Does chocolate production lead to deforestation? About half of the world's chocolate is produced in West African countries. The Ivory Coast has lost more than 80% of its forests in the last 50 years, according to the Yale School of the Environment. About 40% of the Ivory Coast's cocoa crop is grown illegally in the country's national parks and government-owned forests, according to a U.S. environmental group. Most cocoa requires full sun, so forests have to be cleared in order for the crop to grow. So we can verify, yes, chocolate production frequently leads to deforestation, which is a driver of climate change.
You had a question, Jeff had a question we were talking about in the break that would have been perfect.
Well, I was just wondering if the other housewives were all going to be invited. Because if you don't invite one, that's news.
Right. Well, that's the drama.
It would create all of next season's drama. Who gets invited, who doesn't. I wish we would have asked that.
Speaking of drama, all the Aaron Rodgers drama, the Bears are playing tonight. If you want to jump on a bandwagon, go Bears.
That's right.
DBL's good. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.